What it do? Let's get it. Let's get in here, man. Let's power up. Wake and bake. Hard and finish. What up? Man, what we got here? This your boy Burst. Fuck is Burst hitting me for? Man, it'd be way too early, boy. I tell you. I tell you. We getting it in, man. Hard and finish. Trackside, what up? Let's get it in, man. Smash that like button. Let's get in here. Now we gonna do. See what goes down. See what goes down. Melee, what up? Shit. Let me see, man. What's going on? Wake and bake. Wake and bake show, man. I'm on the show. I'm on the Wake and Bake show. What's up with it? You said what? I can't hear you. What'd you say? Buck City Reloaded, man. Buck City Reloaded. We live right now, man. Call in. I'm busy. I can't tap you in. What is the deal? What is the deal, my people? My people. Let's power up, man. Let's power up. We got a few topics today. We got a few topics. I ain't gonna hold you. Just trying to get everything mapped out. You know how we do. We gotta always elevate, man. Elevate, man. If you participate, you'll know. You'll know what it's all about, man. You know, Janae Johnson, what's going on? Top of the morning, all my people. Salute everybody that's able to make it in. You know, you crawled up out the bed. You know, you're getting that good coffee. If you're like me, you know, you don't drink coffee. So you smoke weed early. Musician, what up? I know musicians smoking on some good. I know. Pull in. You know how we do, y'all, man. It's a good day. It's another good day. We staying sucker free. No, them busters want to be like us, but they already disqualified. Once you go out there and tell on somebody or dry snitch or do, you know, you disqualified, man. You know, I forgot to put that one in the last video. You know, once you do something like that, and it's not about criminality, it's just about, bro, when you was out there in these streets or whatever you was doing, you really wasn't who you say you was, man. Those are the type of people that if I wanted to have a career in the streets, those are the type of people I stay away from, man. They not solid, bro. It's not about doing criminal activity though. Let's put that there. But when you got somebody that, they misfortune or they so jealous that they'll rat on another man, that's crazy work right there. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy work. Salute everybody. Salute everybody. I keep the panel open so we can have these discussions, 3-week-old pups. I was talking to my guy, these 3-week-old pups. That's what we talking about early on the docket. Man, them 3-week-old pups, everybody got their own method, man. What they do. Some people don't introduce hard food until 6 weeks. I've seen guys, they go 6 whole weeks without introducing. I don't know. I don't know how you do it, right? 3.5-week-old pups. I am definitely gonna be starting to feed those things, man. I'm gonna be feeding them things, man. Constant pressure, man. What's going on?
What up? What up? What up? Salute to the panel,
We in the
man.
matrix, man.
Oh yeah.
We in
Oh
the
shit.
matrix. This is the matrix. This is what we thought it would be. 2000. It's damn near 2030, bro. I
Man.
never. I seen that shit. I think I was watching Jetsons one day. It said like 2045. I was like, damn, this was like the 80s. This was like the early 90s. I was like, damn, that's a long ways away. But as we as we mature and live this life, man, that's like right around the corner, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you? How you feeling?
Nah, for real, man. It don't stop. It don't stop. Keep on going,
Yeah, I
man.
know that's
I'm
right.
feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. Staying out the way. Trying to cut back on social media. Trying to cut back
Ooh.
on the news and all that BS is
Um,
going on. You know what I mean? They like to
man.
give us they like to keep up with the agendas, you know what I mean? So the more of that BS that they show us, the more we feed into that shit, the more dead we gonna be, you know what I mean? The more fear they pumping into our heart, you know what I mean? So y'all stay off that
Right.
shit, letting them people feed your minds that BS. If we going to war, we going to war. I ain't gotta hear about it every day.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, like I said, and for us, yeah, when have we ever been scared of any fucking thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we done been through the hell and back, so our family, our ancestors, it done been
Yeah.
the hell and back. So this little
Ain't no
shit,
ain't nobody
I don't
worried
know,
about
man, but
Ain't nobody worried too much about nothing going down on U.S. soil. You know what I mean? Only thing that's gonna go down on U.S. soil is the U.S. getting down on their own people. You feel me? That's the only thing we got to worry about. You know what I mean? You know,
right.
like like uh they said over dude said in Iran when Trump had them had their bases bombed. He said Trump, we know where you've been hiding. Use a easy target.
Oh wow.
he said, but we don't plan on hurting you, but that was some bullshit that you pulled on us. You know what I mean? It's crazy that Trump wanted them to make peace after he done went over there and bombed their ass. What type of what type of shit is that? He
Yeah,
called
hey
them.
man, it
He
gets
done
it
he
gets
done hit
crazy.
them up. He done hit them up and then told them to make peace.
Hey, that would you
Yeah,
say that's crazy work right there, huh?
man, that man crazy, but all these other countries, man, they got somebody who in the place who got a heart, you know what I mean? Who don't want to kill innocent people for real, who don't want to involve people who ain't got nothing to do with
Well,
it. So,
a lot of times, yeah, I get that, but
you know,
when you put yourself in a position of power, people tend to act different, you
for
know.
sure, for sure.
And some of them is just curs, they just bowing down just because they know that
Yeah,
big brother got the upper hand, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you
But
right.
if they had the ups on you, it's
Hmm.
entirely different what the situation might be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the way
yeah.
I look at it.
But history just shows also, you know what I mean, that we've been the most ruthless when it comes to that. You know what I mean? We don't care about killing kids. We don't care about killing women. We just drop that bomb and say fuck them. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what's going God gonna be the judge of all that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna sit back over here and keep on keeping my prayers up, you know what I mean, and just hope, my family, can make it out of any of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, one thing, you gotta kick in the gear. If it's wartime, you gotta kick in gear. That's how I know. And whatever that is, if it's cutting back on this or stocking up on this or going out at this time to do this, like that's it's what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Now, if your body ain't gonna kick in gear, I would be afraid. But I think my instincts, when shit gets rough, I think I get rough too. So,
Yes, sir.
fuck it. We could,
It's all about preparation too. Be prepared, you know what
yeah,
I mean? You
shit.
had all these years to prepare, you know what I mean? So when the time come, it's like Noah in the Bible. He was preparing that ark, you know what I mean? And God told everybody else to prepare, but they was too busy drinking and fornicating over there, partying, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's gonna be ones that's over there partying, it's gonna be
Well, I
ones
didn't
that's
see too
prepared.
many hospitals getting built either. So, I mean,
Mhm.
they
Right.
it's some levels of getting ready and some, it's, you know,
Yeah.
to some people it might not be for others.
For sure. It might be simple things like getting your mind right, getting your body physically able. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
and you
You
might
might
have
have to
to,
run the 5 mile.
right,
You know what I'm
for real.
saying?
You might have to go put in 20 miles in a day and go get your mom out of a bad situation. You might have to go over there and get grandma out of a bad situation. You might have to put her on your back and carry her through the trenches because the roads is closed down. You know what I mean? So it's all
Right.
preparation. You know what I mean? Everybody should be prepared. Shit, I've been getting in my 8 to 10 miles. It's mandatory. You know what I mean? And I got my
How many
girl with
steps
me.
is
She
that? How many steps is 8 to 10 miles?
20,000. 20,000. Yes, sir.
20,000. So 8 to 10 miles is 20,000 steps.
Yes, sir.
So if you're getting them 20,000 steps in,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
got
I've
my
been
I've been
I
having
just
my
been
girl
working in
with
the
me.
yard, man. The
She
yard
able to do the same thing. She was
been
keeping up with
keeping me
me. I'm
right.
like, all right, all right,
Watering the
just
plants and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't use the hose. I got a
yeah.
5 gallon bucket and I
Uh-huh.
got a little dog bowl or something. I
Yeah.
scoop and go, scoop and go,
Hey,
scoop and
that's how
go.
you keep yourself on your feet. They done came up with
Yeah.
all these lazy ways for us to get the job done.
Yeah.
And that's cool and
Crack.
stuff like that. But if you want to be in that element and you want to gain from your work, you gotta put in that groundwork. Sometimes you gotta get out there and hand water. Sometimes you gotta get out there and pull them weeds up yourself,
Yeah,
instead
now
of
them
spraying that
weeds,
weed killer. You know what I mean?
them
So,
weeds, boy.
you
I
know,
tell you.
you know, putting that hard work, man, every day, man. It's all right. It's all right to sweat. It's all right to get in that sun, that humidity. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right to be drenched in sweat. You know what I mean? You detoxing yourself. These things are all right. You know what I mean? I don't want to get us too much off a topic. I seen the
Oh
three
no,
and a
we
half week.
this we waking and baking. It's
Yes, sir.
motherfucker, you smoking, ain't you? It's
All
like,
right, man. Shit, I'm finna roll
you
up
know what I'm
one right
saying?
now.
Come
Three and a
on,
half
man.
week old pups. What was the discussion on that? What was we
Well,
hitting
nah,
on?
just 3.5 week up. I think that's a time. Well, for me, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get to feed my pups, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I
I
was
think
telling
that's
my
about the
guy,
time.
some people like to use the goulash and the soup and make it mixing this, mixing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Hmm.
going straight up puppy food, hard, no
Yeah.
water, no nothing, bro. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? If them motherfuckers want it, they'll eat it. If they don't, they won't. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Period.
right.
And after they
One.
see their brother eating it, they going over there, man. I monitor these motherfuckers, man. Them
Mhm.
motherfuckers be over there eating the fuck out that shit,
For
crunching that
sure.
shit up like grown motherfucking dogs, bruh.
Yeah. It
And then
starts
I
them
ain't
out
mixing
early.
nothing with it, so I'm not really getting no liquid, in my stool.
Hmm.
That's the
Yep. That
sut's
hard.
behind that.
That
At
putting
that
pups when you
delicate
got that
age right
hard
there,
shit. Yep.
you
When
know.
you got that hard shit at them 4 week or 3.5 week four, and they shitting solid shit. Oh, you good. It makes your job a lot easier. You
I'm
know what I
telling
mean?
you,
Than them squirting at the booty and shit and all that. Nah, man, that's too
yeah.
much
See, and
sometimes.
that be from just not the equal distribution of the food. And
Yep.
when you put moisture into, I'm not saying don't use moisture. I could use
Yeah.
moisture today.
Hmm.
You do your thing, but I'm
Sure.
just gonna tell you that sometimes it allows the pup to eat more than what he's capable of eating,
For sure.
and the overflow is gonna be probably your first. When we see runny shit, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Hmm.
Overflow.
Too much. Yep.
Exactly. It might be just a little bit too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, as to that food, don't mix it with the water. Let him go get his own water.
You got to work for it.
It's two different bowls,
He got to chew that hard food up. He ain't gonna be able to consume as much. You know what I mean? By the
Exactly.
time he do consume what he want, he gonna be nice and full. You know
Right.
what I mean?
And it's gonna stick to him.
Yeah. So
He
I
go
like the
hydrate
idea.
himself with some clean H2O, you
Yeah,
know, separate. I'm keeping it separate.
I like the
Okay.
idea for
And
sure.
I know that's unpopular. A lot of people probably won't do that. They'll be like, oh no, fuck that, and all this shit. It'll do. Okay, well, I got 10 years deep doing that, you
And,
know,
and your puppies look good when you was
and
doing
they
it.
look
You know what I mean?
fucking awesome.
Yes,
They
sir.
look awesome, bruh. You
Yes, sir.
know.
Well,
and
shit, that's about the age at 3.5 weeks. That's about the age to where, you want to start hitting them, getting them dewormed out, them and they mom, you know. I hit mine's about three weeks for the first time, with the
yeah.
dewormer,
Yeah, I go 2 weeks. As soon as
and
I get my eyes open,
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna douse them just with a little bit, just to
for
introduce
sure.
it. Wet their little beak up a little bit. You
Yes, sir.
know, I make sure I
Yes,
measure them, throw them on my little scale I never use, just for that.
for sure. For sure.
It's gram scale. I don't really want that. We need points. I need to
Yes,
know my
sir.
points. So,
And them vaccinations is coming right around 4 weeks. They ready to be vaccinated for the first time.
so
You
you
know.
doing 4 weeks vax?
Yeah, I do 4 weeks vax, and then I wait two
Okay,
weeks, and
okay.
I
It's,
and I
it's a
hit them
little
at
different. Like I said, every
yeah,
yard gonna be different.
yeah. I hit them
I
at
do my
four. I
I
hit them
do
at
6 and 8 or
okay.
6 and 9. I do 6 and 9.
Yeah. I hit 4, 6, and 8. You know what I mean? And they ready. They got all three by the time they ready to be picked up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So they at 4, in a perfect world, at 4 they still gonna, well, my pups, in a perfect world, they still gonna be getting that, the immunities and stuff from mom,
Hmm.
mainly, because although I am introducing them to the food, I'm not taking her away. I'm just gonna give them two sittings, all you can eat sittings, drop the bowl in there. Once they go curl back up, I let mom in there. She cleans up everything. Whatever they dropped or whatever, she gonna go in there, clean up everything. It ain't gonna be too much to where she's getting overflow. If it is, I just take it out, take the bowl out for next time, drop it in there. but I do that twice a day. So they
Mm-hmm.
still getting hopefully 2.5, 3 more weeks of the mother. And then at that 6 week mark, that's when I like to take mom out of the situation completely. Uh in most cases. Some cases I leave it there, or I take some pups off, put them in their own pen and let a few kind of chill with mom, maybe the runt and a couple other ones, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But we uh we had good success with that. Just doing it like that. Then the 6 week, 9 week, and then if I ship a pup off, if it's mine, 9, I'll do 16. I'll do after that 9, I'll do 16 if I'm keeping it. If I'm not keeping it, if it's going to somebody else, like at 9 weeks, 11, 12 weeks, they automatically, as soon as you change yards, that's vaccination time. Boom, right there. But I try to use, all the other little cleanliness things and different preventatives and, stuff like that, just so I could kind of prolong the vaccination process a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm gonna use mom for those first, that up to about 6.5, almost 7. Boom, hit them. Then you can hit them about 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It seems to work out good. Stretch it out. You got to be careful. It's always even when they tell you the worm are on the thing, that's not actually the dosage that's right at the line. They usually put it under the line. They put the dosage on the thing under the line just in case you do it too much. You know what I'm saying? So you always keep that in your mind. It's like, okay, well, it says 3 cc's. That means you really could give them 4, but they want to put 2 just in case, a motherfucker try to give them 5. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't give them, because you say 4, they're gonna give them 4.5 and 5. You know what I'm saying? So they try to put it a little bit lower so that, just in case somebody's just wanting to do too much. Really, that's what that's for. But yeah, man, as long as it's working out, you're not getting a lot of cases of parvo on your yard, coccidia, different things like that. You're keeping the pups clean, so you're not dealing with that. If you can go a whole year without dealing with any of that, bad cases of worms and different, dogs dying from miscellaneous reasons and yard accidents and different, everything that happens. If you can do that for a year and keep it going, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely something to be proud about. Some of us got 5 years. Some of us ain't seen parvo in 10 years, so
I
um
never had it.
you said what?
I never had it.
You never had parvo?
Mm-mm.
Mm, yeah. I wish I could say the same. But a lot of times coccidia would have your ass thinking it's parvo too. You know, I think parvo's kind of mean. They both mean, but coccidia will have people like had a lot of people think that it's parvo and it's not. It's coccidia.
Yes, sir.
So
Shoot, I'm gonna drop this jewel right here for the chat. You know what I mean? It's something called Neopar. Neopar. You can buy them in packs of 25. You know what I mean? And it's the best thing smoking. You know what I mean? It's what the vets give the dogs. When they first come in from being emaciated or whatever from the streets, from when the pound brings them in, and they hit them with that Neopar. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
don't need no other shot. That's all you need. Neopar. They come in packs of 25, man. Go ahead and y'all pick them up. It makes it real convenient. You ain't gotta break your bank on those. on those shots that you get from the feed store. You know what I mean? Um, this makes it real convenient. You know,
What they got up in there?
everything that the shots that we regularly give, they got all types of stuff to prevent parvo, to prevent
Mm-hmm.
coccidia, to prevent all these things.
Yeah,
They got it in there. So it's a one you only need one shot. You don't have to mix nothing.
like a
Yeah.
9-in-1.
Yep. But
Yeah.
that's what the vets is using, that Neopar, man. So it's gonna save a lot of people a lot of money too. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, hey, that sounds like a good one right there, especially if they using it to to get the dogs off the streets, because it's like a full rounded off, it's gonna touch a lot of the bases, but they don't know they getting the dog off the street. So I would imagine if your dog go down, that'll be something good to give them, man. That sounds like a plus to me. You know?
And you get 25 dosages in one pack. You know what I mean? So that makes it cool too. Like right now I got a litter of 10 pups, so that was clutch. Everybody was able to get their first round of shots. You know what I mean? I didn't have to spend all I think what they charging for regular shots at the feed store now. What?
Probably anywhere from 11 in the cheap spots to 19 in the big spots.
Right. So
Yeah,
imagine that. Imagine you got to give each puppy 3 shots, and you paying
they about eight. They about
17.
$8 to $10 up here.
Yeah, you paying 10 to 12
You said
dollars
they
a
about
shot.
$10 up there.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's 30. That's
Yeah.
30 each pup. I got 10
Mine
pups.
getting
You
it.
do the
Mine
math.
getting his second. Mine getting his
You know,
second this year.
this way you get
What is it, the
25.
7-way or the 5-way?
9-way.
Oh,
Yeah.
9-way. You get them for $10. That's pretty good.
$10. That's why I'm saying I don't even be tripping.
Yeah, but that's when you got to do that 3 times. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's
yeah,
$30 a pup right there.
yeah.
You could grab these Neopars, 25 in a pack. I think they about 120. You get 25 of them motherfuckers. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more. It's a lot more affordable, and they work. I haven't. As long as I've been using these, I've never experienced no parvo or none of that. So,
Yeah.
so
Hey, Buck, I still ain't got my book yet, bro.
That's nuts.
That's crazy. I ordered it on the 7th.
Yeah, that's astronomical.
Just
We'll
go
get
back.
another one out.
Yeah, just check it for me.
Resend the well, nah, if I do tracking, that's taking it out of the
That's what I'm saying.
they give me an estimated date, but shit be late. I ain't gonna lie. It's been shit that done popped up late. But if it's that late, just resend the address. I'll double check it and send another one out. That's easy.
The original was on June 7th. June 7th. It's gonna say it's gonna say it's gonna say Cal P to you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I seen it. I typed it. I took a picture of it at the post office. You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know it's
Yeah.
somewhere. This motherfucker just willy-nilly somewhere right now.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas talking about
Let me see. You probably
oh
went
man,
out.
that was a great that's a great picture on page 3. You dig what I'm talking about? That was a great little build he did on. I ain't seen shit.
Well, what happened? What'd you say happened?
I said, because all I've been hearing is, oh man, you seen that dog on page 5, and you heard about that whoop-de-whoop on page 8, and I ain't heard shit.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
These
talking
motherfuckers
about.
just shining on me, cheesing and shit.
If we got some talk like that, I like that.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I want to see mine. Where mine?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Let me see the 7th.
Yeah, 11:29 a.m.
Yeah, resend the Addy and shit. That way it's on top of my shit. Just text me.
Okay.
Shoot me that text, the Addy. I'll send it out. I'm gonna go there up there today. I gotta send saws out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we trying to get it, man. We trying to get it.
No, it's all good,
Hey,
bro.
we
It's all
trying to
good,
get it,
right?
man. Look. Weak ass niggas in the booth, they a liar. I don't give a fuck. I never smoke bam, I smoke fire. Because I'm never gonna fucking retire. Every time I smoke that weed, nigga, I get higher and higher. Roll up, man. You guys is too quiet today.
Shit, I'm blowing some gas right now. I'm off these 8-mile runs. This shit fire. Sipping this Juan Valdez, some of this fresh from Colombia coffee, and smoking on 8-mile runs. It's a good morning.
So hey, constant pressure. I know you gotta have to address the heartworm situation in your geographic location. About how early are you hitting those pups up with like some type of preventative or heart guard or whatever? Yeah, you muted up. Oh, he out of there. Yeah, I'm just curious. But we don't really deal with that. You know, the mosquitoes with the heartworms running around. You know, we're not really experiencing that. You know, you can probably ivermectin them just once every 3-4 months or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, seems like that'd be like enough. You get that question, Constant?
My bad. What was you saying, brother?
I said, I know you got to address the heartworm situation at some time during a year.
Yeah.
About how early are you getting the puppies safe from you know, with that?
Well, man, I try to get mines done by like at least 6-7 months. I try to get them heartworm all out, but sometimes, man, them puppies they'll show that they got it early, and the biggest thing you can do to try to, when people try to, when they think that they got it, and they give their puppies heartworm medicine, it's gonna kill your puppy. You know what I mean? Them trying to kill them heartworms is gonna kill your puppy. If you're doing it the method, if you're using pills or whatever you're using. I've had it happen a few times. I've got puppies that had heartworms from other people, from other yards, and I try to address the situation, and it's gonna wipe out your puppies for sure. You know.
Hey, what's up with that, man? A lot of dudes, and I'm not trying to play fear factor and shit, but there's a
Mhm.
lot of dudes out here selling dogs with heartworms, bruh.
Man, for real, you right about that.
And
You know,
we don't never talk about that. That's
yeah, they do.
crazy.
They doing it, man, and they doing it, and they not caring either, for real.
They
They
sell
not.
you a dog. That dog get the coughing in the backyard. They'll sell you that dog. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm getting him out." It's like a car with a blown head gasket.
Yeah. Hey, man, I've had somebody do it to me recently, man. I
See?
got the puppy home within
That
within 24 hours. That motherfucker was gone. You know.
and then that ain't even new, but this ain't
Mhm.
even like this a new trend. This been
Uh,
going on.
been happening, man. It's been happening.
Yeah,
You
this
know.
is crazy. Why don't we talk about this? We'll never talk about this.
Yeah, you got to know what to look for. You got to know what to look for, and even the good.
Yeah, man.
Even the people who know what to look for, they still get got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
so
Hey, that shit get got.
it happens
You
to the
know.
best of us, but the crazy part of it is, you got to go through it to grow through it. You know what I mean? So if you never been through it, you're not gonna know what to look for. You know what I mean? So some of these battles and these that we dealing with, You know, they have purpose behind them. You know what I mean? It teaches you how to go about situations a little better, you know, just from experience. You know, one time I went and I bought a pup, paid a good price for it. Um, um, when I got there, I checked the grill, make sure it wasn't no underbites. You know what I mean? I checked that the puppy was healthy. I pulled the skin back, make sure he wasn't dehydrated or none of that stuff. You know, simple things you do. You know, one thing I forgot to do though is to look back there at that nut sack. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And when I got home, I realized the motherfucker's nuts never dropped down.
Uh,
And the breeder, of course,
uh.
the breeder gonna say, "Oh, I didn't notice." You know what I mean? I never noticed. You know, but
Oh,
I didn't
fuck.
already took this trip, whether it was 15-hour drive there, 15-hour drive home, and now I'm back home with a puppy that ain't gonna never fall. You know what I mean? So it's little things that we gotta be on the lookout for as breeders. You know what I mean? We gotta know, you know, how to do our checks. You know, once we do arrive, we gotta know what to look for. You know, so heartworms is one of the things. You know, and there's signs. You know, sometimes the pups are weak and lethargic. You know what I mean? Sometimes they won't eat. Sometimes you'll see them throwing up worms. You know what I mean? You'll see them coughing up worms. You know what I mean? These are just signs, you know what I mean? Most of the time when they're puppies like that, it's too late. You know, it's too late.
Right,
And then
right.
you give them that medicine and then you kill them completely. And then the breeder says, well, you gave him too much medicine. No, the motherfucker had heartworms. He couldn't survive that. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Well, if they do got
Another,
heartworms, you gotta give them small doses.
yeah,
To
multiple small
gradually,
doses.
you gotta gradually get it out of there. What happens is you're gonna go in there and kill them all, and they're gonna harden up all in the arteries, and it's gonna clog everything up. But like
Yeah.
you said, preventative measure is the best solution because it takes months before those larvae attach to the inside of the organs and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
but quick
yeah,
question. Is- for other people out there, is there a way to detox your dog? Not only you know like they do with horses, they deworm them. You dig what I'm talking about? And they hit them with like that what do they call that shit? The shit for the horses, they deworm them for their hearts.
right.
Um,
The
you
ivermectin.
know, it yeah, I connected. And then uh is there a way to naturally detox your dog to keep it like once he didn't made it through the heartwormer, you dig what I'm talking about, just to like detox and try to get any extra eggs and BS out? Is there a way to get it out of the system like with a human?
I don't know naturally.
I would
I
say,
mean, that
yeah.
could be, but I don't really
You use
know.
the same stuff that you would use for yourself. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
then that's
So
thank you, sir.
so there's gonna be like this is something called wormwood. It's a natural herb or wormwood. They got ashwagandha root. You can use, of course, you can use pumpkin seeds. You
Pumpkin seed ain't gonna get heartworms, bruh.
no, it's preventatives. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna kill. It's a preventative. That's all we talk. He was talking about
How can you
preventative,
prevent heartworms with
just
pumpkin
like you
seed?
can prevent any worm. It does.
Yeah,
It doesn't like
Heartworms in your bloodstream, though, brother.
exactly. And
It's not in your intestines.
okay, but when you use these preventative,
Now, I hear you. I hear you. I'm just asking, but I'm the
it's
devil's
just
advocate.
preventative
I'm the
measures,
devil's
man.
advocate today. All right.
Once you use these
no,
things, no worms want to attach to you. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's a preventative measure, just like anything else. You
yeah.
know.
So if and this is what I was just trying to build towards. Uh, There are natural roots, herbs, plants. You dig what I'm talking about? When steamed and turned into brews or whatever, that detoxify and deworm the body. The three good ones that you can always get to yourself and get to your dog is um uh um uh yellow dock,
Mm.
burdock,
Mm-hmm.
and blue vervain. Blue vervain, yellow dock, burdock will listen. You won't even believe you got worms in your body like this.
I got some burdock root right now.
Trying to tell you
Yes, sir.
that yellow dock, burdock, blue vervain, you can mix in a little moringa that'll get all the free radicals, but allow you the system to reboost itself. You dig what I'm talking about? And that just strip all the worms out the gut and out the blood. You dig what I'm talking about? Because they send like little, like almost like spores throughout your blood, and you gotta, this is why they catch in the heart, because it's a major siphon and vortex that push blood everywhere in the body. You dig what I'm saying? So this is why they catch on in there, but they be in the blood. So you could get them out the heart and they still be in there. So that's why I was saying, or a dog make it through. You see a dog. How many times you done heard about a good dog that done shaped it, found out it had heartworms, still made it. It make it through the thing, and then come to find out later on that year, it still got heartworms.
Right.
How?
Hey, and
Because
as I wanna stand corrected. Buck, you was right. So pumpkin seed is not going to be a method of preventing heartworms. You're right,
Right,
because
right, right.
just like you said, it is
Well,
in
no, that's
the
my go-to, but you still need to address the bloodstream. That's all I was saying.
exactly. And you're right, and you're totally right. And so as I
That's
was,
pumpkin seeds.
um,
Don't get me wrong. I think it's a main ingredient in a lot of those natural dewormers that dudes are. I don't want to give up the game
mhm.
for them, but go to. I say get
Mhm,
it. You eat it. Dogs eat it. That shit. I'm telling you, you save a lot of money on dewormer and detoxify your dog like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Yes,
won't
sir.
be
So they they
toxifying your
they do
dog.
have an effect on intestinal worms, but they do not have an effect on the worms in the bloodstream. So as I
Right,
was,
right. Because
mhm,
what happens is that nasty ass mosquito, he's gonna get on your dog. All of them are not infected. Some of them are carriers that you gotta do this. It doesn't matter. A mosquito is gonna bite your ass, right? I slapped a
mhm,
couple yesterday cutting the yard. Okay, so he gonna bite your dog. If he's infected, he's gonna release those eggs into the bloodstream, right?
yep,
mhm,
And what happens is you waste time and you don't just give him a little dose of this, dose of that. So the ivermectin is gonna get up in his bloodstream. It's gonna wash that shit right out.
right,
But if you
mhm,
wait 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 months, a year and a half, those little larvas, they turn into worms.
mhm,
They literally, and then they start attaching the shit. So eventually it's gonna clog up the dog's arteries. It's just gonna
mhm.
clog his ass up. And then that's why you always see like a sudden death. Like he just dies just out of nowhere. You're like, I don't know what happened.
for sure.
And there's a way to test. They got a heartworm test. You draw the blood, you gotta spin it, all of that, check it. You know what I'm saying? There's a heartworm test that you can get. And one of my guys, we were in the trenches with this shit, ovulation test kits that, like we was in the straight trenches. So there'd be dogs. You'd be surprised, bro. You could test your dog right now. That son of a bitch test positive, you know, straight up. You'd be like, damn, what the fuck? Like, it's real dicey, bro. It's dicey,
Real
man.
talk.
You got to be
And I see some
careful.
people asking in the comments. No, you do not need a vet note or a doctor note to get the Neopar. You can buy it right there online.
Oh, they
Just
got
type
it
it
online.
in. They got it online.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's a good ass ticket right there. 25 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, yeah, fleas. Yeah, you know, all them little filthy little animals, man. Even Lyme disease and all that. You know, the ticks. You know, that it affects your dog. You got to make sure they stay clean.
That's
Kind of what
the big thing up here. Ticks and fleas.
Yeah.
ticks and bleed, yeah.
Ticks and fleas. You know what I mean? A lot of the other stuff, you know, is just basic, just caring, keeping up
Right.
on your yard. So you don't really have it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So
And
you know,
if they is out of control, it's because you haven't done what you need to do. You know what I
fact,
mean? If them fleas is
fact.
on your dogs and you giving them baths and they right back the next day, you ain't took the methods that you should take. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Right.
that mean you ain't sprayed that yard. You
You
gotta
ain't
spray
hit
that
that
yard.
yard. You ain't switched that hay out that dog house. You ain't,
Yeah,
you know what I
Well, you
mean?
got to hit multiple layers with the
Yes, yes, sir. You don't just do it when nothing you do as a preventative, you can just do one time and think you're done. No,
my
it
guy
don't
he
work like that. You know, it
yeah.
don't work like that. Sometimes you got
They
to
gonna
do it
be
three
at
times.
wherever your dog is at, and then
Three
wherever your dog is at, they already there. So you
three
gotta
times in a week.
re yeah, you gotta read everything.
You know, three times in a week, and not just one bath. Don't just give them dogs one bath. Wait 2 or 3 days, give them another one. Wait 2 or 3 days, give them another one, and then hit that yard the same way. You know what I mean? And then you can beat those fleas with just shit you find in your own kitchen. You know what I mean?
Baking soda,
Yeah.
vinegar,
I man,
shit
I
like
hear the
that.
vinegar.
Bleach,
I hear the vinegar got
bleach.
the flies coming though.
I never experienced that. You know what I mean?
No,
You know, somebody was saying that the other day. They like, you know, the vinegar. You know, they saying it like we
With
say some of these measurements, but
with
then
these, maybe if you do vinegar by itself, but if you add the Dawn dish detergent, you add the baking
yeah, and
soda,
water,
you
yeah.
add
I don't,
you add all these things, you know what I mean, to it, a little cap of bleach, you add all these things to it and spray your yard
yeah,
three
because it's
times in a
you
week.
don't spray your yard with vinegar. You dig? It's not like you just. Hey, listen, no wonder you got flies. If you just put vinegar in your yard, duh.
I think he sprayed the
Yeah,
dog, but
but
I don't know.
yeah. So no, it's a mixture. It's a tincture. You
Yep,
know what I mean? Of certain things that you put in your rosemary,
Tea tree
yep,
oil and shit.
right, right,
spearmint, peppermint, uh,
yep.
uh, uh,
Dimetриous earth.
yeah, diamonds earth, a
Yep.
little bit of dish detergent. You dig what I'm talking about?
Got your
Okay,
And
he
neem
milk.
said
oil.
apple cider vinegar
Milk.
brings flies.
Milk
Your
is
Okay.
the
neem oil.
Okay,
Neem
I
oil.
got you.
milk
You
is
feel me?
the
All these things.
feed neem. Neem will darken your yard up. You don't even want to even fuck with neem. But
Oh, okay.
if you got it, you can do it. Like if you got
Yeah.
lots of land, use neem.
Well, I know the mosquitoes will stay off your dogs if you use that neem oil. The mosquitoes don't fuck with your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, tea tree oil. That's what I fuck with.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, and then y'all people gotta remember a lot of these bugs, right, don't have stomach line. You see what I'm saying? So what you gotta understand is they don't digest certain things. For instance, why you put milk into your yard spray? I with a little bit of vinegar because it kill mold. You dig what I'm saying? That's what the vinegar do. But you only put like a cap in.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? And you using that in a gallon and then hooking that to your hose and spraying it with water. And it's got water in it. You dig what I'm also, and this is why you put the milk on there and this is also why you put the liquid Dawn detergent because it sticks on everything. You want it to bite. Because if it's gonna bite, well, then you got to deal with this lactate now. Guess what you can't do? You can't digest lactate. So guess what? Just like giving a bird an Alka-Seltzer, they poof, they pop. This happens. I'm telling you, this happens on crops, everything. Cosmo been doing this shit ever, nigga, and I don't have no bugs, no russet mites, no harmful bugs.
For sure.
You dig what I'm talking about? And that's not only, and that's just keeping the yard right for the plants. But if you do that, it'll work for the dog.
It'll work for the dog.
It's
They
all
go
natural.
hand in hand.
Yep. I learned all this shit. I growing and shit for like 3-4 years. I made all my nukes.
Yeah.
I made everything.
Oh, it's real.
You know
when
what I
fighting
mean?
them caterpillars. It's
Shit,
real when you
and see, that's how I learned. That's how I learned the game, because they eat your leaf.
Yeah.
Bite this leaf if you want to with your biting ass.
Yeah. They'll chew into your skin.
That's what I want you to do. You're gonna go outside and it's gonna be a black spot out there.
Yeah.
Are you guys using any type of
black?
Are you guys using any type of chickens or birds to deter little critters and shit?
Just ladybugs.
Praying mantis.
And different we got birds.
You're bringing ladybugs in. You're bringing a batch of ladybugs in your yard.
For sure. You can buy them online. They'll come to your front door.
Yeah.
Cause I got a lot in my yard. I'm gonna start selling them bitches.
Hey, listen. People buy them, bro. They buy them, and they just helpful. They eat aphids. They eat spider mites. They eat russet mites. You know what I mean? So
them dogs, though, they're not gonna be over there fucking with them dogs, man, and all them chemicals and shit over there.
Oh no, they ain't gonna fuck with the dog.
They gonna fuck.
No, we just talking about keeping. We just talk about keeping the lawn and the plants and everything around healthy, so you can keep the dogs healthy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Because if it's generally unbug friendly, it's not friendly to bugs.
If your perimeter fucked up, then the inside of the shit's gonna be fucked up. You know
okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all on the same page now.
Right.
If your perimeter fucked up, shit.
Inside kind of
yard. If the yard fucked up, you know what the inside of the house look like. You know, it's like
yeesh.
Yeah, man. Hey, we cooking, man. Look, we cooking, man. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Clout 304s. Clout whores, man. How did this game turn like this, bro?
Man, this game always been this.
It's a lot of clout whores.
And it's always been that, but it's always been clout whores.
Damn. I never knew, man.
I never knew.
You know, I never knew. We hoe cake motherfuckers like this. Hold up.
They just not shining enough, man. They just not shining enough. So they gotta come and steal your shine.
My guy Pyro just ordered another one, and I gotta send you one because yours got damaged, man. I got you. Hey, appreciate the support, my brother. Hold up, I can't forget about you.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I make a move. I'm tryna win, ain't tryna lose. I'm tryna win, ain't tryna lose.
Hey, man, Appreciate the support, my brother. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I've been sending them off not every day, but at least every other day. I've been down there dropping them off, man. I'm gonna drop them off today. Rather if it's a fat stack of them or it's just 5 or 6, I'm gonna get it out there, man. That's what it is. I like that return. Yeah, man. That's why I like to bring some good content, man. Of course, a lot of things just get drawn out, and I don't really go to too many channels that don't entertain at the same time, but I just hope the YouTube sector don't turn into just a bunch of 304 whores. And then that's all we can remember, because the real ones, like you said, if I don't do this shit early in the morning, I ain't going up because I be busy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or if my guys can't come through and help out and hold the conversation so I could leave the room for a couple minutes, like it just makes it impossible. You know what I'm saying? So I really encourage the guys with the good content, with the voice, to kind of stand up, because when the community heats up, they looking and they looking, they coming and they just gonna look. And a lot of times the first 2 or 3 people that you start rocking with, that's kind of who you rocking with. You know what I'm saying? When you first come into sectors and shit, you know what I'm saying? Then you find other guys in the sector. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? So I just encourage y'all, man, to mount up with the good content creators and put out good stuff, man. What y'all got on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We keep each other sharp, man. We keep each other sharp. You know what I mean? We motivate each other. You know what I mean? And the real ones who don't mind giving up this free game, you know what I mean? Them is the people who you should be looking for, not the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? Them is the ones you should be
Yeah.
looking to get up under and learn from. The people who don't mind sharing the good game with you. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I've been saying this for months too. It's just like Buck said though, it's just finding the time. But I think I would like to I gotta put my toe in there. You dig what I'm talking about? Just because for many years my thing was to just never be seen. I don't, yeah, you need a good dog, you need a shape, you need it, whatever you need to do with it, we doing with it, and I'll beat the back off you with your shit. You did what I'm talking about, but you did what I'm talking about. I wasn't trying to, because I seen what everybody was doing. Hey, you did what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I was getting they dogs. So, now that the game has changed, I'm not afraid to change with it, man. And it's a brother, Buck, that used to come to your channel, and I can't remember his name. It start with a V something. I think he was from out west though, like Los. Not I don't know if it was Cali, but I thought it maybe was Las Vegas or something. His name start with a V. He was a veterinary guy, and he used to come through and drop game every now and then on the veterinary tip.
Yeah,
but he was a bulldog man. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he jumped up.
Because I would like to do like a little interview series. You did want to talk about and interview the guys that I want to interview. You know what I mean? Dog was dope, man. I can't remember his name. V something.
Yeah, I forgot his name too.
If you listening, bro, he used to be is it Yellow V or V? I forget his name. He was a veterinary brother though, but he was with the Bulldog. But he used to come through, drop straight gang. That's if I do one of my first interviews. If you listening, bro, I want to talk to you. I think you may be one of the most important people in the game. Don't even know a veterinary that we can just talk to. You know what I mean? Shit, you dig what I'm talking about? That'll say how many good dogs that would have saved.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Come on, man.
I tell you that hookworm's knocking people off, man. That hookworm done came back so rampant, it been knocking dudes down.
Dang.
Dudes been losing whole yards. I mean, you know, like enough to where you could say you lost the whole damn yard. Like whatever little projects you was building, puppies, whole litters, you know, that hookworm, boy, knocking dudes down all across the board. Good dudes that you think won't even experience this type of stuff, you know.
There's some dudes in the game though, Buck, that need, you know what, they ain't gonna talk. They're not gonna talk, and then if you're not asking the right questions, they know you don't know shit.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
you did what I'm talking about. So
it's immediate turn off from
right
there. You know, like man,
right.
you don't really know what you're talking about, man.
Well, shit,
you get up there talking about. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna say something because if you get up there talking about throwbacks and this ain't, you can kind of tell a nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about. You dig what I'm talking about? It'd be hard to take people like that serious.
Yeah,
right.
But this is why I can't remember. What's his name? Venice.
Yeah,
dog. If you from the West Coast and you was
you asked the wrong guy because I don't remember. But nah, it'll pop
his
up.
name be something.
I might end up, rerunning it one day, and it might just pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
I might be
rerunning
every
it now and then,
and then it just pops up because I just be randomly just playing shit. Like, oh, let me put this one on. You know.
Yeah, he came up here one day chopping heavy. I can't remember what video. It was in the last year or so. So it's one of them. He was chopping heavy, dog, dropping straight gang.
I think it was
so this is like,
if
I'm gonna talk to a motherfucker. This is like he ain't even gotta say nothing.
It was the first 100. I think that was like the first 100 videos.
It was earlier, yeah.
It wasn't this last little segment I did. It was the one before that, I think. So it was 2024 mid,
yeah,
you know, somewhere around there. About a year.
I think it might have even been towards the end of the year. I would definitely say September on down.
Yeah, September, somewhere around there. I could see that.
Dog was chopping. He came up here like a couple times. You know what I mean? And like he the type of motherfucker I would do a show. Excuse me. He the type of person I would do a show with, and he ain't even got to say nothing. He can just sit up there like, you know, like an authority. So when somebody come with that El Capitan, you know what I mean? And I open up the door and release the Kraken on him. You dig what I'm talking about?
I gotta see when I was doing my Dr. Hood shit. I just been focusing on this though. But I got a nurse practitioner that I was locked up with. You know, we got to spend, you know, fucking 6 months together and shit, you know, and I asked him all kind of questions, you know, about, you know what I'm saying, all kind of shit. And he was with it because I was hitting him with the red pill up in there. I was hitting some of the little young cats with the red pill. And then so he was cool with that. So, but we was trading knowledge. You know, I'm hitting him with this. You know, he in there on a DV and all, you know what I'm saying? So obviously he's not having too much good luck with women. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the dude's wives be divorcing them, taking everything, skedaddling out the back door with the, it's just all this shit that's going on. So I was kind of doing my thing, and then he knew everything about testosterone, all kind, what I'm saying, the myths and the all the and motherfuckers get to talking, man. Shit, I know what you're talking about. I tried to reach dude because he hit me on my phone, but I got so many devices, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, let me try to get this guy. I was just sitting doing nothing one day and I couldn't find him. I thought he would just pop back up or something, you know what I'm saying? But who knows, man? The stars align,
Yeah, we might have just spoken up. He'll pop up in the next 2-3 days then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. It's some people, man, who need shine, bro. Like, I mean, everybody gonna ask the regular questions, but don't nobody never ask about that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's all glitz and glamour, flash and finish. You know what I mean? But they don't tell you about 4 count. You know what I mean? They tell you about that, that them lessons that so the next generation, the dude who like 19, 20, 25, 30, just getting in the bulldog, you know what I mean? He just getting in the bulldogs. Or the young kid who listening, who daddy is in bulldogs now, but he 10, 12, 13, 14. You know what I mean? We just can't glamorize it. That's why I was in, when I first seen the Richard Stratton, bro, I was turned out. Remember that, what's that old song, Lost and Turned Out? Nigga, I was turned. And then I seen one of them whoop on the baddest dog I'd ever seen. I seen a little itty bitty dog whoop on the baddest dog I'd ever seen in my life. I was gone. I was gone. You know what I mean? So, people need it. They don't nobody allow people to express the love and then show how to break your heart if you don't stay true. Because everybody learns something in this game, but they'll tell you, I did this before this happened, and I should have did this. Don't nobody ever tell the what I should have did part.
Right.
That's where we get the game at. That's where the game is. You know what I mean? That's what the game is. So there ain't nobody asking the right questions. They ain't been there. They ain't been through shit. You know what I mean? He just got some dogs. But really, the point is to really kind of have everybody like that.
Right.
So they ain't got to go through the shit we went through.
Some dudes would have had a French bulldog, but
this life don't just
didn't call you back fast enough, so you went with the APBT. Like, come on, man.
So this life don't just stop at the dogs, man. We on this platform, we learning together, and we're encouraging each other to go further. You know what I mean? We want people to go dig in that veterinarian bag. We want people in our community that can say that they have the knowledge to be a vet tech and a veterinarian and all these things. These type of people that we encourage to be in our circles. You know what I mean? We encourage greatness. You know what I mean? So we want people who are going to take the dog training to a next level. We want the people who are going to we want the transporters who are going to take it to the next level with the care for your dogs when they bringing them to your door. We're encouraging all these people to do more than just have these dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Carrier system, bold. It's bold.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't burning bread on nobody. I ain't even gonna say nothing else.
Yeah,
I'ma
real
just
talk.
say, the system, Bo, man. You get your dog, he dehydrated, he ain't
Yeah,
ate. This
yeah,
nigga sick. You dig what I'm talking
real
about?
talk.
Listen, but never mind. But listen, dog, you get your dog, he's so dehydrated, he cramping. You ever seen your dog's legs cramp up because he's so dehydrated? Just water. You know, that loosen all that up. His leg cramped all up. He can't run, walk, do nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? Because his body won't stretch out because he dry. Man, it's a shame.
Hey
It's a
man,
shame.
one thing about it is we gotta learn them lessons. We ain't dealing with people who ain't top level no more. That we gonna cut all the low level dog men out because we ain't gonna deal with them. And we're gonna
Yeah,
go to nothing but high level dog men, people who take care of their
yes,
dogs, healthy
yeah,
dogs, who the transporters that stop on the side of the road, let your dog use the bathroom, feed them, the
yeah.
clean the dishes out. These are the type of people we want around us. You know what I
And
mean?
they
So
be on time.
yes, anybody else, get them from around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Get them
See,
from
I
around
was, man, listen, man, because
real.
listen, it's a spot in this game, and I know it's one in there for me. And I'm really thinking about getting into the real transport game because there, man, there's so many people who would just, you know, they don't want to go to New Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, hey, bro. You right.
You know what I mean? For you to do it right, they'll pay that pretty penny. They gon' pay that pretty
Oh no, they're
penny.
gonna pay. People pay. They out here paying.
they
You get what
paying
I'm
and
talking
not
about?
receiving the service that that they paid for, and that's what's
Right.
sad. So that's why we talking about cutting those low levels all the way out. You
That's
know
right.
what I mean? Cutting them all the way out. The
Cause
people you
I'm
see
really
on
thinking
on
about
the,
doing it, man.
Yeah, no, they're
I'm-
tarnishing your rep as a,
you
you know,
know,
when they pull up, van smelling like
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and they dirty as shit. And I mean, I know it's a rough job, but it's like,
Look like they straight fresh off a speedball.
you know, yeah, it's
yeah.
like you
Then you
high
got
off
the
of
then you
dog
got the
piss.
then you got the high level ones. They always come professional, always on time, like you said. Your
Right.
Always
dogs, your
clean.
dogs always
Dogs
looking good.
always right.
When they come out there, they happy. They not stressed out. They been under AC. You know what I mean? So them is the ones that we salute, and them is the ones that we move forward in our community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We support them, and we get rid of the low levels. We stop dealing with them.
Yeah.
That's how we get rid of them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We stop taking their word because we done already seen these 30, these 50 people complain about them.
Yeah, man. I think I might go ahead and just really start searching the Great Lakes area. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's there.
Cause listen, man, and plus, boy, y'all boys been hiding shit. Man, y'all been hiding all type, and then a lot of these good motherfuckers right around me, and I didn't even know it. You know what I mean? I knew it, but I ain't know it. I ain't know they were that close. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all been hiding off in the cut, yeah, tucked off some motherfucker where. Yeah. But I'm on your ass now, and I need some good dogs, so I'll be at your door. You know what I'm saying? So and there's other people right around it. I ain't even, we could just, I can be regional. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota, Michigan, Kentucky, West Virginia. I can just stay right there. I ain't gotta go nowhere. I can get you to you every day. Boop, bop, beep, beep.
Nah,
Gotta go
transport is
where?
huge, man. I know a lot of dudes
It's
out there.
huge.
That shit's huge. And it's
And
forever
I got
growing.
more than one guy too. I got more than one guy that can roll. So
If
that's gonna be
somebody's
reliable.
legit and they got a legit vehicle, and let's just say, like you said, if you got an extra driver, because that's gonna kill it if you got an extra
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
But you could literally in 30 days, and you was just all about integrity and all that shit, cleanliness and all that, you could be
Yeah.
the top guy in 30 fucking
Yep.
days.
Yep.
Straight up. It's a
Yep.
big ass business, man. That shit is a big business.
Mm-hmm.
All breeds, though, not just APBT. Is popular in APBT because of the bargoes at the airport. You know, they went on the APBTs first. You know, we was the first to get hit with that. But
Mm-hmm.
so we pioneered this shit. But it's popular, man. With
Yeah,
all
and then
breeds.
you dig what I'm saying. That's why it's good to be good, y'all.
Yeah.
It's good to be good. Cause guess what? You know, if I'm in the Northwest, guess what I don't have to do? If I'm out towards Cali, guess what I don't gotta do? I got partners that work in that area. Not, this is just, my partner or whatever, this the homie, but this is a reliable, trustworthy person who got my motherfucking vehicle in his hand, or I'm paying for him to do what he's supposed to be doing. You dig what I'm talking about? And he in that area.
Let me tell y'all a story. Okay, so there's this transporter. Good guy, bro. I believe deep down that he was a good guy. He was fast. I don't know what he was going through in his life, but it allowed him to just really hog these roads, man. And I met him. He did a lot of transports for me. He did a lot of transports for the people that I sent him to. He did, he started to grow. He got real big. 6 months in, he's making real good money. Like you could bring in some amazing numbers. I ain't gonna say what you're making. That all depends on, how long it take you, gas, you got to factor all that in, how lavish you living on the road, right? Okay, so one day he was doing a big load. I think it was about 10 dogs. And apparently he said that he was walking one of the dogs and somebody jumped in his truck and took off with the truck. Full of dogs. Full of fucking dogs. And so people were like not wondering, if they're gonna believe that or whatever. The dogs, it got taken care of, everything was taken care of.
Right.
I believe if I'm, that's why I ain't saying no names, but I believe that I guess he went somewhere and took a nap or something, you know what I'm saying? And the dogs burnt up in the van. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But I'm not sure, because it was some stories saying that, some stories was believing him. Like he walking one of the dogs and somebody
Now
just
the thing, this will tell it. This will tell it though. This will tell it. Did he get them people together?
He couldn't do shit, but it got taken care of. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he wasn't in no position. That's what I'm saying. With this transport shit, it sounds really good, but there's a downside,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
gotta be 1,000 on it, and you got to be thinking like a motherfucker will take your motherfucking truck.
Yeah.
And drive off. They'll bust your fucking window and take your truck. They probably watching whoever that dog came from. You know, they know some of these dogs, you know, they ain't just
I'm trying to figure out how
anybody.
that happened if you driving though.
Now if you hop out and walk a dog, you're not turning that car off, bro. You know,
No.
if it's 80 degrees, I say 75 and up. You ain't gonna be able to really, unless you in the shade, you ain't really gonna be able to turn the car off, you know. And
No, it's gonna have AC cranking.
Exactly. You're gonna have to have that AC cranking at 95, 100. So that factor right there, you gotta be careful. You know, you just gotta be mindful and careful. This is gonna help a transporter out because when I heard this story, this was like 6-7 years ago. When I heard the story, I was totally thrown off guard. I was like, wow, that's some greasy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker just take off with the van full of dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not be thinking about that.
Yeah.
And if you not, now you are. So that's why I told the story.
Yeah, I got one now that got the generator hooked up to the back. So when he get out the car, the AC still go. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's ways around these things when you being elite, you know what I mean? You being better than everybody else, you know what I mean? You take these type of measures, you know what I mean? To make sure them dogs is good. You already know you're gonna deal with that element of the heat. You know what I mean? You already know you're going to deal with the cold sometimes to where it's freezing.
And now
You know
we
what I
know
mean?
that you might have to deal with a motherfucker taking off with the truck.
Exactly. You're gonna deal with somebody peeling out in your shit. You better be in and out. You better not leave that van motherfucker sit for too long, boy. You better be in and out.
Hey, I don't know about y'all. That's gonna be the first thing on my mind. I'm be like, shit. Who's
Man, these new
me?
vans got key fobs on them, nigga. We'll keep that bitch running and lock the doors.
Right.
And bring the key fob with us.
Yeah.
Dig what I'm talking about? That's like running. That's like one of these.
They'll bust that. They'll bust that shit. Let's say you got people just ain't doing just pit bulls, dog. People they doing Frenchies and all kind of shit. You feel me? So you got to understand that there might
That's
be
a car full of some
more
money
brazen motherfuckers looking at shit. You crack the motherfucking thing, they might see your ass cruising through anywhere and
don't be in
follow
Mexico
your
with
ass
no
for
key
2
fob.
states. You know, trying to get the up on you. You just one thing about me, I be thinking about that shit, so I be ready. You know,
Yeah.
I be ready.
We done seen all
you
the
bust
stories.
in
You
there
go
if
to the
you want
gas
to get
station.
your ass
Ready.
busted.
I be wishing the motherfucker would, bro. Really,
I done
that's
seen
me.
Hey, listen, like a set of cabinets. I wish a nigga would. Cause hey, listen, you got to first of all, you got to get past me. You worried about whatever else going on in there, nigga. I'm going to bite you. You bust that window, I'm gonna bust your ass. That's just how this is gonna be. We'll figure it out with the police later. They'll scrape you up.
Nah, they added there, man. What are you talking about? You walk the dog.
He better.
You walk the dog down. You know, you a half a block.
Hey, where is you walking the dog? Wait a minute. You first of all, where is you walking this dog so far that you can't get back to your car in enough time? Now, if they just gonna take something, they gonna take it.
If
they gonna roll up with
just
the
gonna
wobble.
jump in and smash off, bro, you act like you just jumping jack flash.
Nah, nigga, you can get bipped.
You can get your ass popped.
If a motherfucker see you walking down there and I've been following you, and soon as I pull up to the same pump your ass is at, you walk one of the dogs out. I saw you at the rest stop. I already know what's up with it. I already know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I got it's 2-3 of us, and we got a pistol. You know what I'm saying? Like Shit could get
Oh
real
no, y'all
grimy. dog.
die over no dogs. But I'm not about to die over no dogs. But you might. You might.
Yeah.
Cause
Well, I'm
see,
telling you. I'm
again,
gonna tell you,
you
it ain't
gotta
gonna work for
turn away
everybody.
from me. You gotta turn away from me and get in that car.
Hey, I
So
tell you this
depending
much, it's
on
gonna
how the
be hell of a lot
situation
harder
plays,
that we thinking about this shit than not. I tell you that. You know, because you
like, I
probably
mean,
cruising somewhere. The
it's
first
worth
5-10
it.
rest stops been cool as fuck. You done been able to sleep in that motherfucking everything. And then all of a sudden, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Motherfucker trying
And
to
that's
get
how
up on you.
life
And you got
is.
somebody else's shit. If they your dogs, that's something else.
Life
But
is just like that.
I'm really
Everybody
not
ready
trying to
until they
do
ain't.
the Bad Boys 3 type of shenanigans with everybody's dogs in the middle of the country,
Shenanigans.
dog. You know,
Shenanigans.
you got cars flipping over and dogs popping out and shit. Like I'm really not trying to do all that. it's just getting crazy. It's getting nuts.
Nah, it
Man.
get tricky. It get tricky for some of those transporters for real. You know what I mean?
Hey, them boys start breeding them aces. They start coming down. I mean, you gonna be all across the country. You just gotta invest. What I've learned is no man is an island, and investing good ideas and investing good people.
Now the
It's
generator's
worth
the
it.
lick. The generator's the lick. Because if I could have
You
it,
got
the
to have it.
coolant
Like
going
a
while the
freezer.
car's off on a
Mhm.
generator,
Yeah,
that kills that.
For sure.
that just like the trucks that move frozen food. You know, you got to cut them off, but they still got food in them. You know what I
Right.
mean? And the generator is going, keeping that stuff ice cold. You know,
Mhm.
they may have to stop for an hour or two, unpack some stuff, reload some stuff. Well, the meat's still in there freezing. You know, so today, drop off rest or wherever they going, but they got a whole little thing, and just proper what they say proper preparation. It's a poor performance. You know what I mean? Put a good business plan, getting you some cooled area fans like you would move food in to move animals. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? You could cool a room off on a hot day, get out your car, lock the doors, and everybody still be fine. You know what I mean? And then a couple box trucks. You dig what I'm talking about? Couple box trucks, a few months, 2-3 dudes. It could be something heavy. Like Buck said, it could be something heavy. You have to get a with all bulldogging ass. You have to get some what you call what do you call it in front of the thing and be like 10-4, good buddy.
You're not driving no box truck. You're not transporting with a box truck, bro.
Go get you one of them good old Sprinter van.
Yeah,
Keep
you
it
need a
pushing.
Sprinter, bro. They're more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, we call the same thing. Box truck, Sprinter van, same shit.
Nah,
You know what
hell
I mean?
no. When you on that road, a box truck is like a U-Haul. You ain't trying to drive no U-Haul cross country.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I
Now
know
that
what you're saying.
Sprinter van, that's now we're talking. I mean, you might not be able to get as many dogs in that motherfucker, but I'm sure a nice size Sprinter, you could get about 10 dogs in there. If you're getting 10 dogs, you're eating, bro. You're
Yeah,
making your
and
money.
with all that what do you call that corrugated plastic stuff that they stick up there, you can it's just hard. You can spray it down. You dig what I'm talking about? Spray all that stuff down, make sure everything is always clean, bro. Because I can't be in that car stinking. You know what I mean? That's not going. But yeah, man, I'm really thinking about doing it, man.
Yeah, now there's a lot of trash transporters, so now's a good time. I tell you, now's a good time, man. I know some,
Excuse me.
they trash.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do it legal. I'm gonna do a real business, a nice little LLC. You know what I mean? Do what I do. Hire my family.
Well, you're gonna need that because there've been stories. A dog, and people will vouch for this person that this a good ass person, But there was a situation where somebody picked up a dog and she put one of those those little collars with the little plastic thing you can adjust it goes long or short, one of those
Yeah,
little walkers or whatever. I
yeah.
used it one time in my life. It wasn't even a
It's
pet.
got the little stretchy thing that roll out.
Yeah, it rolls out, and then when you
Yeah,
get close, you could lock it back up to shorten it up.
yeah.
So she had one of those. She said the dog bolted out of the cage when she opened up the back of the thing, and as soon as it hit the ground, I guess she tried to reach and grab the dog, but then she don't got the fucking plastic thing in her hand. So the plastic thing dragging on the ground, and she said that the dog just, I guess, freaked the fuck out and just kept running, with that plastic thing, thinking something was chasing his ass or something. You know what I'm saying? So she got local people, they tried to set a trap and trying to get this dog and all this shit, what I'm saying? It's in the mountains and shit up in fucking Oregon and shit, what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
crazy ass shit, what I'm saying? Dude was a douchebag because dude only got the dog for like $700, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he tried to lie and say he paid $3,000 for the dog and shit, what I'm saying? All this shit. But make a long story short, it went on her insurance. She has insurance. She's licensed and bonded, to do her transport, so that he ended up getting reimbursed. Dude was a piece of shit. I won't even put his name out here because he clearly lied. And I consider her a good friend of mine. So it was like, damn, dude, you know what I'm saying? You gonna lie to my friend to like this ain't just a service, like this is a good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But dude got 3,500 or something, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, he won like a motherfucker. He won.
Wait a minute. He charged old girl $3,500 for the dog.
Yeah, hell yeah, for
That he
$700.
got for $700.
Yep.
Dirty.
Yeah. Now I got the receipts and everything. I know. I mean, not to get in that like motherfucker.
Yeah,
But
that I
no.
mean that ain't in a way that ain't kind of your business, but that's dirty.
Yeah.
Because if you would do it to me, that's your regular business.
Yeah. Nah. But
So
she
even if
fucked
you
up.
do me a little
She let
better
the
than
dog
them,
get out. She let him out. She let you got to be careful. That motherfucking dog. That motherfucker might bite your ass. Like.
Oh no. Yeah.
There's a lot that goes with this transport shit. It's a lot that goes with it, and that's why I just
Especially
make sure they get
transporting
there.
grown dogs.
Yes.
Especially when you're transporting grown dogs, man, it could be up. You know what I mean? Because this nigga he may have been cool the whole ride, got in there fine, but this nigga is done with this box, done with this cage. He ain't even gonna let you open this mug. You dig what I'm talking about? He got it in his mind. He don't like you no more. So you might have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Might have to deal with that. Real tough. But yeah, you dig what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just dominate my area for a minute. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't think I can worry about everybody right now.
Facts.
But if I can dominate my area, then they already know what it is. The word of mouth, they're gonna be dying to pay me to come out wherever you at.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about? To ensure your shit get there, writing it. Yeah. You'll pay that.
Bro, we can do a dog show in the Erotic City parking lot.
I'm just saying. I don't care where it's at, as long as they willing to pay.
I swear to God, Belle.
I don't care where it's at. We do that at Dispo. We out here. We do it at a state park. All I give a fuck. What up, though?
What's the word? Shit.
You already know.
Got a little time before I gotta go into that little hellhole and get beaten into submission. Word, boy.
You gonna bust down that shiffer roll.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy I get to catch a live, bro. They've been putting my ass to work.
Yeah, you know how I be.
But yeah, man. What's up, fellas? What's the word?
You already know, Jelly Bird.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, ain't shit. Hold on.
I just want to know one thing. How the fuck? How he gonna say 3,000 for that shit? Do they collect paperwork when they transfer the dogs to like state to state, or is it just like, how does that shit work?
Yeah, cause she didn't know that she was buying the dog for. How's he getting the dog from somewhere else? If he ain't got one, he had to go get it with papers from somebody else.
Yeah.
And he sold her. Where did he have that dog that he could see it for $3,500?
Right. That's my question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I think Book probably.
Oh yeah, he probably.
Yeah. What's up with you, bro?
Oh man, shit. Dogging, man. Damn dog and stuck his face in a pile of motherfucking poison ivy.
No shit. Where?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So he got his eyes was all crazy. You know what I mean? So you gotta hit him with the what you call that? The
aloe vera.
Yeah, no, the antihistamine shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The allergy stuff. Hit him with the allergy stuff and put a little what you call that? Like triple the triple vaccine stuff.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he good now.
How he doing now? Is his eyes like swollen, or is they just like?
It was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you bring the swell. I brought the swelling down and just put a little antibiotic cream on there.
Yeah.
And now he's straight.
Like some Neosporin and shit.
Yeah. Because what he's gonna end up doing is rubbing his eye. So he scratched his nose too, rubbing his eye that much. He scratched his nose and shit. So I had to put some of that vaccine or whatever you call it, the 3-in-1. Put the 3-in-1 in there.
They give you when you had when you do the tattoos.
Oh yeah, like when you burn, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that stuff, and that heal them right on up, and to keep that fur good.
No shit.
You know what I mean? And I don't know about you, this little nigga hard as fuck to keep. He dirty as fuck. This nigga, this nigga's a monster,
like
bro.
Red dogs, bro, is something else.
Man, this nigga hard to keep, bro. He takes up. You know what I mean?
That's that old family shit.
Man, listen, bro. It don't matter. He's not just gonna sit there.
No.
He gonna He gonna dig holes. He gonna jump. He gonna lay in the mud,
Yeah.
roll around in the dirt. Fresh out
bag.
getting the man. This nigga gonna roll in the dirt. I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? He just, you know, he hard head, and then you know, I take him out, you know, hunting basically. You did what I'm talking about, walking through the woods, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And getting our little 2-step in, you dig what I'm saying? And this nigga take off on a I don't know what it was, a squirrel, or you dig what I'm saying? And run into a goddamn thing of poison ivy, and then he just in it. You
He
dig
look
what
like
I'm
he ate
talking
one of them
about?
little shrooms.
Yeah, I didn't know at the time. You dig what I'm talking about? So I'm like, oh shit, I know what this is. You know what I mean? Like he got, because you know, after a while you don't see it at first.
No, you
You know
won't.
what I mean?
It takes a few hours for it to.
Yeah. And then it shit all swollen shit. You dig? I'm so like, nigga, what is wrong with you?
Looking like a
You
bull
looking
terrier.
crazy. Yeah, you over here looking crazy.
Nah, man. That shit ain't good, bro. I mean,
Yeah, I got him
keep
today
hitting
though.
him with
He's
that
straight.
lotion. What up, Buck?
Man,
He's straight. You hit him with a
what it
couple
do?
antihistamines a couple days in a row, he be fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna keep it all that itching down and the swelling.
Hey, Buck, I gotta talk to you on the back end. When you get a chance too.
Hell yeah! Soon we get off here.
Bet. But yeah, man. That shit funny as hell, bro. Motherfucker look like a bull terrier. Not funny that he went through it, but because it happened
Man,
to
the
me.
nigga's a fucking idiot, bro.
Bro, it happened to me.
And you did what I'm talking about, and he don't give a fuck, bro. It don't even bother him. It's like it bothered me more than him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He don't give a fuck, bro. He
He's just
just
looking at you like, what happened?
like, what are you doing, bro? You did what I'm talking about? Eyes, I don't need those, man. What you know what I mean? The nigga crazy. He don't give a fuck. Bro. You know what I mean? He just a big dumbass puppy, bro. But the nigga, this is why I don't like the nigga though. I don't like the nigga because I be seeing him think about doing bullshit.
And
You ever catch your dog think like he know he ain't supposed to do something, but you'll catch his ass looking back at you before he tries to do it.
he wait right for you to turn
Bitch,
around.
you know you ain't supposed to do that shit. Don't you do it. And that nigga look back. That nigga be testing your ass, man. These niggas will test you.
I'm telling you, bro. I swear to God. I seen it since I was a child.
This little motherfucker, one of the hardest little motherfuckers to keep, bro. He tear up everything, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you. For people that have never had old family reds, them dogs is hard to handle.
Yeah.
They are very hard to handle. And if you don't have that experience, don't get you one.
No, listen. It's not the old family in them.
I don't know. Mine was like that.
Hey, you better get that mom. You better get the mom and the sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just putting it out there.
Man,
you already know what I'm doing.
There.
You already know what I'm on my way to do.
Yeah, I already know. You told me. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see the outcome. But yeah, man.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I think the same thing gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that dumb motherfucker looked at me, looked straight, looked back at me.
Little dumbass motherfucker know he's not supposed to do this shit. And then he's sneaky, right? Cause this nigga, you know your phone charger?
Yeah.
Bro, I done bought about 9 phone chargers.
Oh shit.
Cause this nigga, bro, he know, bro. He know. And then listen, I catch him, right? I be like, don't you bet not. He be looking, trying to creep. You know? He be looking like, and then he'll bite it and run. Shit, I'm running. Like this nigga know, bro. He knows.
Yeah.
This is why he a real good dog though, man. He just
It's-
rough as fuck.
They say no strings attached.
Yeah, get a dog house out. Eat his goddamn leash. You know what I mean? I got look like a goddamn gopher in my backyard.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I told you,
where'd you take him to?
They didn't want it. I got you, dog. I'll get you in a second. I already know what you want. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Where'd you take him to? Oh, he on the phone.
Hey, man.
What'd you say?
That shit dope.
APBT magazine. APBT magazine, man. Look, get your orders up. Get your
Yes,
orders
sir.
up. You know, for future reference. You know, in case this video gets seen 4 years from now, you can still order. How about
Yes,
that? You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Salute the team. You know what I'm saying? We making it happen. So show your support and you know, contribute to the product also. You know, hit me up on all these contacts. I leave emails and you know, there's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. So hit me up. Let's put something together. Let's help put this breed in a positive light.
That's right.
Right.
And just focus on what's really more important, you know, and that's making sure that after all these years that nobody's been trying to put them in a positive light, that at least we can contribute and do the shit finally.
The right way.
You know? It's like your mom telling you to clean your room for hella, and then now it's like, you know, well, fuck it. I'm gonna just clean this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know, at least the least we could do. So, it don't need no patting on the back or nothing. You know, it's just taking good pictures of your dogs in a positive light. And that's like hitting the like button, you know, or supporting, you know.
Yes, sir.
Same thing. Well, I'm not gonna switch as a channel. You know, the magazine, it's not gonna switch. We're not gonna just start doing all kind of stuff that's out of the ordinary, trying to sell wolf tickets and stuff. We're gonna continue to be the Sports Illustrated or the APBT. Yeah, we're looking, you know, I want another champion on the front of the cover, ADBA champion. I was talking to Blacklist. I was over there on his Instagram joint. You know, he be over there looking over there. That was cool last night.
Who you say?
Blacklist Kennels.
The blacklist.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a dog. I think he said it was a Tupper bred dog, Darren Tupper bred dog. And he's like almost a grand champion. Got 30 something more points to be an ADBA grand champion. You know, he's getting best in show. Went to nationals. All you know, he's on the front of the Gazette, on one of the Gazettes, the champion edition or whatever. So those are the type of LeBron James type of dogs that, you know, we want to showcase.
Yes, sir.
Over on this side. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody else could showcase what ain't important or shit that you supposed to take to the grave. You know, we're gonna showcase the legacy and the future of these dogs so that we can own them in peace and privacy. You know,
That's right.
That's the mission. I think we can accomplish it. I think we get loud enough, we can accomplish
Yeah, it's
this.
just a little switching mentality. You dig what I'm talking about? A little tweaking operation.
Right.
Just for the most part, just being 100 with yourself. You know what I mean? Do the right thing when ain't nobody fucking looking.
Yep.
That makes you a dog man.
Exactly.
That
Changing
make
the
you a
culture.
dog
Not
man.
looking
When
for
you do the
accolades.
right thing When you do the right thing and when nobody is looking, when it ain't no benefit, and you still do the right thing, that make you a real dog man. That make you a real man. I'm telling you, this shit'll grow you up, or it'll break your fucking heart, bro. Because you only gonna get out what you put in. Your dog lost because of you. That's what you gotta remember. The dog ain't let you down. You let your dog down. Cause how he come in better shape. He not a better dog. He came in better shape.
Yeah.
That's why you lost.
That time you put in with him.
Yeah. I'm talking about that and this, man. This should humble you, cuz. This should humble you, bro. Nobody telling you it'll humble you. You know, trying to reach for them heights. So that's why, yeah. I gotta go get LeBron James of the dog game. I gotta go highlight that stuff because it's something to what they're doing in that sauce that got me on Grand Champion, Ace of Ace. You know, he a pool champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? He
all that.
You dig what I'm talking about? And then throwing them. So if nothing else, half of the whole thing we talking about, they already got. Look, structure, confirmation, attitude. They already got all that.
Yeah.
Whether it do exactly what you wanted to do the best, that's
on you.
That's on you. And then that's on the dog. You may have weight pull dogs trying to be race dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? That may be you just don't know what you're talking about. Again, you see what I'm saying? Not the dog is bad. The dog, you may have the baddest dogs in the world if they was in doing the right thing they were supposed to be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I think we're gonna start. I think it start with taking a lot of responsibility on ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And cutting out all that goddamn cap. Y'all niggas be capping, bro.
Cap.
Niggas be lying, bro.
Capadonna.
Yeah, Capadonna. El Capitan. Y'all niggas be capping, bro.
The lid store.
Cappuccino.
The lid.
Yeah.
Man. The lids.
You the captain of the football team.
Cappadocious
You think what I'm talking about?
Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America, nigga. You dig what I'm saying? Golly. You know? Cause once we get that El Capitan under control, listen, y'all just don't understand how much air room that gets you. You dig what I'm talking about? Space to move around, breathe. You dig what I'm talking about? And let your dogs work in peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The game gonna get solid again. Game gonna get solid. Just gotta do right. You know what I mean? And the game will get solid.
I mean, just test them. Put them through different obstacles and shit, and you see what you got.
This should show you something.
What do they like to
or
jump?
What did you breed it for?
Shit.
You did what I'm talking about? If you didn't even know, first of all, if you don't know what you was breeding for before you made the breed, how the hell you don't know what the fuck? You see it when you see it.
Yeah.
You already got to kind of know, oh, this is what I'm looking for because I'm putting with this to do this. Now, if I don't, and then it got to do a certain way, you ought to know which way you do it. Or at least have an idea. Right? You should have seen the grandparents or the mother and father do what you looking for. Right? So when you see it in the dog, oh, yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. You know? So you know you at least on the right path, or what the fuck is we doing? You know what I mean? And that's that part of the game, that part of trait acquisition and recognitions, and you dig what I'm talking about in specific, you know, just in specific our dog, but you dig what I'm saying, our dogs, but them traits that are just, you know, highlighted in the pit bull. You know what I mean? These boys breeding for that shit.
Yeah.
They locking in for you for the big booty already. You ain't gotta shoot it up with Roy's. You dig what I'm talking about? You ain't gotta even bring it in there to get the big booty. You dig what I'm talking about? It's already it's in the DNA.
You just gotta work it.
You just gotta work it. Put it to work. Make it do something. See if all that muscle work.
Yep. Run it up some slides, run it up some stairs, put it on the mill. Let it jump, let it pull some weight.
I think them stairs them stairs separate the real from the fake.
Yeah.
Man, them stairs will break a dog.
Break a dog down. But the results, though, bro, them results. Is something else.
Yeah,
that's how you get.
If you can get them running things, oh man! And then it worked. It worked good because he going down the other way and then coming back up. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, listen man, I done seen people get their dog together just on stairs.
Yeah.
People will not believe it. They won't believe it. But you will call that mug, he'll be 8 floors down.
And coming right back to you.
That mug, choose full speed up the little turnstile. Choo. You know what I mean? Then you have somebody down at the bottom calling. Come on, Chico.
No, we gotta find
you shoot back down. They do that 3-4 hours, bro.
Chico might tell on you. You can't do Chico.
Yeah, nah, there was we had a dog named Luciano. And my dude stayed over in it's an area called Lake Sammamish. You can look that shit up. And so his yard, he would have these like a ravine going down, and his balcony would be, like one of them scary ass fucking balconies. It's like built, I guess it's safe as shit, but it just
looks scary.
It's like on the edge of a cliff, like literally.
Yeah,
like Hollywood.
And so he used to throw the ball into the bushes and shit, and different properties and shit, and Lucci will go get that motherfucker.
No shit.
Like he wouldn't even know where it's at. It's his ball. I guess he could just smell it, but the dog, man, this dog was so smart, man. APBT. And one day he threw it down there, and I was sure that this motherfucker, he had lost his dog. Like, bro, I said, bro, you gonna do that one day. That dog gonna see something, through the woods or something. He gonna take off. Like, you gonna lose that dog. And I had bet that dog was gone, and sure enough, right when I stopped thinking about it, we just sitting there, just chilling, smoking on the deck. You know what I'm saying? Here this motherfucker come crawling up with the fucking ball in his fucking mouth, dog. I
with the ball,
it, I was done. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, I seen him do it before, some amazing shit. But I was sure that this time my partner just stretched it too far. And no, he didn't. That dog came right back.
Yeah.
And it took him an hour. That motherfucker took an hour.
Went all the way down.
But his ass came back with that ball in his mouth. So that'll let you know, man, the intelligence in some of these dogs, what they're willing to do. You get one that can do that type of shit, man. Let me know. Because,
Bro, you ever seen a pit cut down a tree?
No, but I seen a pit bull mow a lawn before.
Yeah, I seen that too. I seen that shit on Instagram.
I've seen a pit bull mow a lawn before.
Yeah. These dogs are special, bro. And we need to do something to keep them around for another 400 or 500 years, bro.
yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It would be great, man.
They go one day they gonna
Shout
be
out
talking
to
about
Rock.
yeah, what is that? What you got? Oh, that ain't nothing but a little buck shitty. little buck shitty.
Yeah. Some of that secret sauce that they tried to take is symbolic. You know,
And
the
that's
animal
that whip.
control, they tried to demolish, you know, that's what they were worried about. They were just trying to make sure all the bloodline, you know, they were just worried too much. Like, you motherfuckers are obsessed over here, you know.
man.
So that's a symbolic thing. If you got any of that shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit that them folks wasn't able to take. You know, them son of a bitches, you motherfuckers is good, but you motherfuckers ain't that good, motherfucker. Suck a dick.
Where would we be in the game if they never hit like Pat Patrick, they never hit like Boudreaux, they never hit like Rebel Kennels? Where would the game
You probably
be?
have others
The
that
twins,
names would be out here.
if they never
Yeah,
got
there
the
was a lot of
twins,
other
you know what I mean?
dogs, man, that don't get talked about. We'll just be talking about, you know what I'm saying, other shit. Because I think, and there's never been a shortage of good dog, man. Ever.
No.
Never. Even today.
Till
You
this
know,
day,
there's
yo,
never
I
a
was gonna say
shortage.
that.
It's just we're getting a lot of this goofy shit popping up, but it's still not a shortage, man. You got dudes that, even though they've been out the game 20 years, they just get a dog this year again.
Solid.
Turn it all the way around.
Dudes. Man, they got the same morals, integrity. They carrying the torch. My one guy, the guy I'm talking about, he been fucking tire kicking for years, but I know he gonna grab something. But he's so selective.
I'm one of them too, but I swear to God, I am. My foot's starting to
About
hurt.
what he gets, and when he does get something, believe me, that dog's gonna be A1 premium healthy. You know, it's gonna live the best damn life that a APBT could live.
Bring out everything out of it too.
And yeah, it's gonna be some good blood, that's for sure. You know,
Bro.
That's the hopes in it. That's the hopes in it.
Yeah.
I ain't seen a dog yet that can do what these dogs do.
Yeah.
Grant, salute, brother.
LG, my boy.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's the top of
Pups,
the morning,
man.
the wake and bake.
Keep them socialized. Keep them socialized.
APBT,
We getting it in.
volume
Hey,
2.
we getting it in. We slow walking today. You know,
get
I had
that
to
mag.
pop back up though. Let you guys know, hey man, we you know,
still working.
don't stop smoking now just because you know we ain't pop up. I know you see my little wake and bake commercial. Hold up, where's it at? Weak ass niggas in the booth, they a liar. I don't give a fuck. I never smoke bam, I smoke fire. Because I'm never gonna fucking retire. Every time I smoke that weed, nigga, I get higher and higher.
Yes, sir.
Wake and bake.
Shit, we got Instagram going crazy. Everything. We own it.
Wake and bake, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's run these numbers up.
Yeah, thumb up the video, man. Share out the live. Thumb up the video, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what? Cause it's some unknown dudes. Well, they known, but a lot of people don't know how much they had their hands in the game on shit. Some of the greatest names for the 90s, early 2000s, 2010s. You dig what I'm talking about? Especially up this way. got touched by the same people.
Yes, sir.
You dig what I'm talking about? It was only in a few people's hands, but them people was, the best of the best of the best had other people training their dogs, shaping their dogs.
Yeah.
That's why they was coming in top. And these boys bringing 5, 6, 5, 3, 4, 5 dogs to a show. How is they doing that? Because they had these niggas behind the scenes that was really old.
It's just putting a team together, bro.
I mean, I don't think you put a team together.
No.
Mm-mm. That's like football. That's like sports and shit. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't think you put a team together. I think a team put itself together.
You know what? That make more sense, bro.
Right.
I swear to God, sorry, but I'm gonna have to use that.
B.A. Baraka say, what was my man name? Animal? No, not B.A. Baraka, not Animal. He say, I love when men come together from the A team. You know what I mean? That's the team together. But you got to remember, everything is its own component.
Yeah,
it's not a soup. It's a salad. Croutons, it's cheese, lettuce, it's celery, it's all everything together make a salad, right? But they each individual things. That's a team. You know what I mean?
Different spice.
Mm-hmm. Everybody a little something different. But in the end, they one thing: dog men. You dig what I'm saying? Dog men. So shit.
Bro, one of the best things that ever happened to me was meeting Buck.
Buckeye.
That's my dog. That's my brother.
Buckeye.
I swear to God. I owe him a lot just for That's my brother.
Nigga, you know it's gonna be a hating ass nigga in the crowd.
Hey, they say it gets greater later. It gets greater later, man. We just heating up. We just heating up.
Yeah, we just heating up, my guy.
Let me get a 5-10 year streak. No bumps in the road.
Oh my God, will they be in trouble?
Let me get some of that good grace.
They gonna sleep with the garbage bucket right next to their bed because they gonna be throwing the fuck up all night.
Let me get some years in. Let me build my clientele base a little bit.
I'm garner them a little bit.
It's the move.
That's the move. I ain't gonna lie, that's the move. I seen him on the little thing. Little Tom look good for an old nigga, man. Tom out there try to look buff and shit. I ain't mad at Tom, man.
Oh man, he got that Hulk.
It didn't make no sense to me. It never made sense to me though, till I found out he the hot sauce nigga. That's Texas Pete.
Texas fucking Pete.
Yup. That's Texas Pete. Tom Garner's Texas Pete.
Bro, he got the Hulk Hogan stomach going.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, listen here. We put that Frisco on top of this Chinaman. Here, brother. They want to talk about mixing a little El Diablo, brother, and you put some dino in that thing, bro. You didn't want to talk about. I gotta get to talk to you about some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I go sit fucking time for a minute, man. I go fuck with the OG. You know what I mean? Let him tell me some of the weird. I know he got some weird ass stories,
bro. Every dog man do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this one thing about this game, man. You got people that don't like you, and yeah, exactly. You're gonna hear some
the capinators.
You're gonna hear it, man. You're gonna hear it all. Like there's some people that love Tom Garner. You know, this some dudes. You know, back in the day, you know, like they didn't really like him. You know,
Yeah.
like his dogs were out there, but like let's say like the early 2000s, like dudes. I knew a lot of dudes that they didn't like them dogs.
No, everybody was on that macho buck shit, buck,
They
awesome
didn't.
buck, baby, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Especially in
But
Detroit.
you got your faithful guys.
Yeah,
You
they
got
went
some
they
dudes that
crazy
they
up
probably
here.
never spent with
Yeah.
nobody else, and never. You know, like they don't know what it's like to go get something else. You know, shit.
Nah.
You just
Right.
running that.
Yeah,
God
we you know
knows
we
good
how
to
fuck
many
have
with the
options,
we
bro.
fuck with.
worked out or not. You know, it might work out. You might get some good ones. It's always the one that you think is good that really ain't good. You know, it's been hella stories.
Yeah.
You know, back in the
Niggas done
day
gave
and
away
shit.
that monster. They gave it away. You dig what I'm talking about? Gave away a monster.
I was talking to Brian Bailey. He said he went to a show and shit, and supposed to be, you know, the guy's dog was just supposed to be just, you know, the best
Yeah.
motherfucker ever. You know what I'm saying? He was
According to who?
best thing since Diablo Negro and shit.
Right.
You know, he said, man, that motherfucker wasn't shit. He said that motherfucker wasn't shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said he wasted an 8-hour drive,
For nothing.
you know. And you know, I remember those little things that people sprinkle you. That's to let you know that, you know, the good thing might be right in front of you, man. You just gotta see what you got. You just gotta open up your hand, man. Let's see what you got. You know, what you got, buddy? What's in your hand?
I'm the king of doing that. What you got?
As far as the hunting side of it, though, I definitely think we need to do more of that and showcase more of that.
Yeah.
And maybe dig into the legal parameters and shit. Maybe get a couple game wardens or you know what I'm saying, law enforcement or something, you know what I'm saying, and we can get some convo with them so we could, you know, ask the hard questions that people don't want to ask, and
right, or
you know, to make sure that we ain't stepping on no toes and shit when it comes to that and promoting that type of deal. Because I remember, man, a while ago they were saying that you couldn't post hunting videos, or they were saying something. I mean, I see people do it all the time, but I know that just as soon as I do it, it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
But I see people do things all the time, and I heard this a while ago. Maybe it's irrelevant now, but I heard that, you know, you couldn't even do that, and it was just, you know, considered this, and they could try to come get you, and you know, this little animal cruelty thing just went far. They cranked that shit up all the way to the max.
It's still different now because they start applying that First Amendment stuff since Trump been in and all that. So it's a little different. Like, cause they got a show. Shout out to my nigga Ed Gun Leshy. You dig what I'm talking about? They got a show where they don't do nothing but kill chipmunk, squirrels, skunks, and with a BB gun. He blow their brains out with a BB gun and show it.
Okay.
So
and everything's legit with him.
Yeah, but what it was at first, a lot of the stuff they wouldn't. You know, he had it recorded, but they wouldn't let it show. So, but some stuff they would edit, and you know they would have to blur it and shit. But now a lot of the stuff that he loaded up that they was blocking, they unblocked it. Now, you know, we get old videos he shot from years ago, new now. You dig what I'm talking about?
Oh, so that shit's out of the window now. So we could do it. We're back to normal.
Yeah.
You know, because I'd be scared to post a video, like, you know, when the dogs they be trying to get them to break apart and shit.
I wouldn't.
I'm scared to post that. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
I would.
If I was reacting to it, I just want to do a show on that and educate. I'd be scared because
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd show a different way, you know, to show the break. You on there because that the first thing you gotta always remember they prejudice against you. They already prejudging you. So we gotta show this motherfucker in a different light, but you still gotta teach everybody how to break, how to use a break stick. Because a lot of people don't know how to use it. Something happen, your dog end up grabbing something, you gotta get him to let it go. Without, you know, people be beating the dog, kicking it, trying to choke it out. You dig what I'm talking about? I done seen some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, you know, that's a good dog because I'll turn around, bit your ass. You joking the shit out of me. Dig what I'm saying? So kicking me about nuts and shit. So you know,
A lot of the countries
we
that
still
post
gotta
that
educate.
video are not from the States either, though. Like
Huh?
a lot of the videos they be posting where people be breaking them dogs up, like puppies that are biting each other and shit. Them videos,
Yeah.
most of them be either India or in Europe.
A lot of them be from Mexico,
Yeah,
Brazil.
Mexico. Yeah, yep. You're right
You
about
know,
that.
they don't even be from here. You know what I mean? So you know, I would be cognizant of it. You dig what I'm saying? Before I show that, you know, just cause, you know, they just wait, and you know it.
Yeah, they just want a reason, bro.
They want a reason.
You know, we ain't gonna give them that.
No, not that easy.
Hell no.
No
Give
way.
them a chance
Easy.
to take something special again? No, man. It ain't worth
Yeah,
it.
and then and then like, you know, it's another way you can do it. You dig what I'm talking about? It's another way you can still be out there, put a video together of how to break a dog's jaws. You dig what I'm talking about? Or, you know, break him off of some whatever it is. You dig what I'm saying? Because a lot of times
Yeah.
you know, they get toys and stuff, they don't want to let that go neither.
No. Ropes, all that
You know
shit.
what I'm talking about? So you might have to break him off his own toy. So, you know, it's a way to teach and do it without having to get another dog involved with that shit. And you can still show it with your dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? Slide flat, turn to the back. You dig what I'm talking about? That's how I was taught. That's the ride.
Yes, sir.
Slide in flat, turn counterclockwise to the back. You want that blade straight up and down. You dig what I'm talking about? By the time you're done, you can try him, get him up off of there quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta be able to snatch with your off hand. Right? If you're right-handed, you're gonna be on the right-hand side of the dog, grabbing with your left hand at the scruff, going in flat, turning counterclockwise to the back, a full 180. That open that jawline up to where you can pull your dog at the same time you're cranky. That's the whole point. To where you don't tear your dog's gum line up also doing it. You dig what I'm talking about? Because there's a slot where you can fit it in there to pry the teeth out without chipping them or bruising your dog's gums. You know, it's a way to get this shit done.
Yes, sir. You got to. You got to, man.
I mean, you're gonna have to. It's gonna happen.
the better and more precise you are with applying this method will reduce the fuck up on your dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you let it get out of hand, he get ripped open too bad. That could have been avoided with a little clock.
Right.
You know, you got to get that scrub. The scrub is the most important part to me. I don't know about y'all, but I think the back of that scrub, having a very firm grip and knowing that the back of that scrub could be very slippery.
Yes,
You
it
know,
was super slippery.
it could be super slippery and slimy. So you got to know how to get in there and double grip on that skrizzuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's ultimately gonna help you control the dog and to be able to counter the counterclockwise motion.
Mm-hmm. Because you gotta be able to controlling and pop the jaws all at the same time, or
Right.
you just you gonna be doing extra work. And sometimes you dig what I'm talking about. You got to deal with them damn super fangs. You dig what I'm saying? You know, but you know your dog, so you should have a break stick to the proper size. You know what I mean? So, you know, make sure it's good, make sure it's strong. If you're gonna use wood, make sure it's treated and it don't chip. I prefer plastic. You dig what I'm talking about? The hard, what they call that stuff, Kevlar stuff.
Yep.
You know
That's
what I
that
mean?
thing, armadillo shell shit.
So if you get you a good Kevlar one, it's always worth it. You'll never have to replace it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Hey, we were talking about heartworms earlier. Property. You ever had a dog that had heartworms?
Never.
Me neither, bro.
I have.
Never.
Me
I
neither.
never used to keep my dogs around each other. I never walked them together. I never did nothing with them together.
Have you ever had parvo?
My boy did. He had it on his American Bulldog.
I never had parvo before.
I never had parvo. My boy did. I didn't know what it was till he had it. I'm just keeping it real. I didn't know what the fuck that shit was. I'm like, dog, your dog going bald. Hey, he getting skinny.
Yeah.
He went and took him to the vet.
What's the difference between that and coccidia?
You said what?
What's the difference between parvo and coccidia? Why they look the same but they different?
I think parvo. Man, I mean, shit, man, that's a great question, but I think the parvo is gonna fuck with
the
a
immune
lot
system.
of his nervous system too, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
they call it the AIDS of for dogs.
Yeah, they're real similar, man. Parvo's real nasty. Parvo's real nasty. They're both nasty though. They're both real nasty.
I seen some shit that fucked me up. And I'm glad I don't live out southwest. They said they got this little bug that live in the ground, and it can mess with your dog. And then if it bites your dog leg like curl up under itself.
Wow.
Where it can't even use the leg no more, just curl up.
You said that's in the Southwest?
Yeah.
No shit.
Like in them dry regions and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a name for it, but the dog, it basically turn you to a 3-leg dog. It's the leg still be there, but something with the bite and how it make it draw up on itself. You dig what I'm talking about? Your dog can't even do shit. It just draws muscles in and all that. It's crazy. I
got
never
a
seen
cure?
that. I'm not. I think so, cause yeah, they do. Cause I asked Borderland about it one time, and he know the name of it.
Yeah.
And cause the first person I'd ever even heard say that was what's your boy that got all them alligator dogs out there? Bubba Mex.
Yeah.
Bubba Mex, the first person I ever heard about it. Then I looked it up. I forget the name of it. He said it. He said the name, and I looked it up, and it's real. And so Borderland out there. So I asked Borderland about it. He's like, hell yeah, that shit real.
That's crazy. I ain't never heard
I
for it
think
to do that much damage.
Bro, it's bad. And it don't take that long.
You got to remember, there's so many different types of insects in this world, bro. Anywhere you go, you go to the woods, you get Lyme disease. So you just got to be careful where you take your dogs.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
and make sure the area is clean. And then not only that, to me, I believe in putting up a deck and then put their kennels on top of a deck. Just to keep them away from all that shit.
Bro. You gotta keep them off the ground, bro.
Yeah. Especially if they're gonna sleep outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that shit, whatever happened, it get right into the ground.
Yeah.
And then he's sleeping on top of that. So no. Yeah.
Take a chance of him getting constantly bitten by that bug.
That and you dig what I'm talking about. He won't be able to keep himself warm in the wintertime. You know, that shit cold on the ground like that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you know, up here, you know, you put him outside for a minute, you dig what I'm saying? He still got to be warm. Be able to go in that dog house. You dig what I'm talking about? That mug sitting in the snow. You dig what I'm talking about? That ain't gonna do you no good.
Yeah.
You gotta get it up off the ground.
Well, he go buck with that number shit.
This one a little easier.
I'm glad because the other one was too many numbers.
This one's a little easier. The other one tapped him out twice. I was like, that one's hard.
You see, this is what the fuck you need, bro. People like Buck, he give back. Y'all motherfuckers just gotta catch it. I don't see no other dog man do what you do, bro.
Hey, I ain't just any old dog man.
Hey, the crazy part is, hey, Buck. The crazy part, I was about to say that, right?
I'm not. I'm afraid not. I'm a different breed, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm a different fucking breed, and if motherfucker don't like that, you just a hater. Because I'm a different breed. Period. I'm not saying I'm better than nobody else, but I'm just different.
You see the whoopty wop in the back, Buck? You know I was gonna guess that number, right? You did what I'm talking about?
Yes,
sir. That was gonna be my first guess.
We got one person that's close, maybe two. That's the only hint you're gonna get. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Make sure you subscribe, dog. And get that magazine. Get volume 1 and volume 2.
Yeah, subscribe, man. Thumb up the video. Thumb up the video.
Mm-hmm.
The video. Wake and bake, man. What y'all smoking on, man?
Of magazines, not the Maybach, the Maybuck of magazines. It's a
I'm smoking on Pure Runts right now. Some Pure Runts. I was smoking on some 8 Miles, but I'm smoking on Pure today, right now.
I got that super boof in the air. That shit put me to sleep.
Buck.
What happened?
I think somebody got it.
Ah, yeah, somebody did.
Yep. Quick FC7. Quick FC7. Number 33. He got it. He was the first one to put it down. 33.
Scottie Pippen.
Hit your boy up with the put the dollar request a dollar. You know what I mean? Leave your address and your name up there quick. Shout out to Quick FC, he be coming through.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yup, he dropped number 33. He was the first one. Ye rock in the house and you don't stop. Ye rock and you don't stop.
At all.
Eclectic. What up, though, bro? Eclectic, funny as fuck. He had me
He's still throwing
giggling
numbers.
the other day. You gonna give away another one? Jimmy James, Rocco, Jenny Johnson.
Yeah, I'm smoking on that super booth. That shit's
Super Booth.
Yeah,
I
that
got
shit's some gas.
my homeboy is growing out some shit that my home girl bred.
Yeah.
That he bred is called crazy bread, and they crossed the crazy bread to the super booth.
Yeah, that shit fire.
They call it super crazy. And don't nobody even got this. If you ain't got this from me, there ain't nobody got this. Cause don't nobody have
I'm gonna need to
crazy
get
bread.
with you because I'm gonna need some of that.
Yeah, this shit gas, bro. And just the regular crazy bread by itself is crazy. So, and it tastes like Little Caesar crazy bread. I can't make
like
it up.
garlic butter and
Quick FC got
butter
it,
and parm
yeah,
and,
Quick FC
and cushion pack. It's packed and perfect. It's real good. Kind of like it'll remind you of some like dumbass gassy you ever had unicorn poop before?
Nah, but I heard of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but add garlic, butter,
Yeah, like GMO.
and pack.
Like GMO straight garlic.
Hey, Quick FC, shoot me a text. Shoot me a text. I'll get that right out. I'm bagging up now. So if you can shoot me that text right now, give me the shipping address, I'll ship it out right now, man. In a major way, like Aaron the plumber.
Mm-hmm.
In a major way.
Yes, sir.
What you think about your boy 607?
I got retarded.
Yeah, I was supposed to hook up with him when I was in Texas a couple months ago. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That motherfucker funny as hell, dog. He retarded.
He's
Swear to God, mama.
He's definitely different, bro. He's different.
But that's how you gotta be.
Yeah, but he's kind of doing some crazy shit though.
Yeah.
Like
he pushing the line. He pushing the issue, but
GD, BD.
He's running around. For one, he's kicking it with a bunch of Crips. He's supposed to be a Hoover though, like.
Yeah.
And then you talking about ob remover and all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like
he moving crazy.
You got a rule right there, or a B right there, and then. So you say this shit and then you just, oh my bad, I didn't know you was this, but you'll disrespect people, and then you got to answer to that. Like that motherfucker, just because they wasn't there, they're not gonna be like letting that slide. So
they're gonna DP your ass.
I know how this culture is, and if dude wants to play in those arenas, because there's far more other arenas nowadays.
Yeah,
but if you want to play in that one, be my guest, buddy. That's
gonna be a
dangerous game he's playing.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Fuck around and find out arena.
You seen your boy 4Extra press the shit out of him.
Yeah, seen that? He brings that energy.
Listen, man, that nigga's in full gang bang mode.
Not everybody
he came in and tripping off the back. He was tripping on 607.
Yeah.
And it was about 40 because 607 to get in that character. You dig what I'm talking about? He'll get in that character, and that's why he was he said that stuff to Bunchy. You dig what I'm talking about? That's why he said, because he was in the character so much, he ain't even thinking. You know what I mean? That boy, it could have got ugly for you. First of all, Bunchy got eye problems. You dig what I'm talking about? So if Bunchy would have took off on you, and the rest of them was gonna jump you, whether they blood and crip, that ain't got nothing to do with that. You disrespecting that man. You know he got a disability. You dig what I'm talking about? A crip would have took the fade for the blood. So you in a whole culture that if you don't understand, bro, you gonna get hurt. This nigga,
some things you don't play with.
Listen, that nigga F.O. Extra, that little young nigga, not nobody to be playing with, bro. He had his hands all so. Listen, he was damn near touching 607 brain.
Playing around
Nigga,
with
his hands were so far in his face. Nigga, I smoke you right now in front of these niggas and go sit down up there and
my
do some
bitches send me
burpees
money
on the set. You dig what I'm talking about? So you know, but I don't think 4 Extra was gonna do nothing to him for real, but he had to let him know it's for real. Like, bro, you can get hurt. Play, you know, thinking shit fun. And you can play. You can have fun. It's a way to do it. You know what I mean? But it's a way to do it. You can kick it, you know, have fun and be on some real stuff. And if he would have just see, the thing is, he playing where he at. But you coming out here into a culture that's a warrior's culture where they don't do too much play. Period. So if you was really about coming to bring some unity and, you know, trying to die down some shit, you just should have been straightforward about it and not get into the character of it.
Yeah.
Right? Around everybody else, you know, you do that to, you know. Woo. But when you on the West and you around them niggas in that life, you gotta know how to play your cards. You know what I mean? You gotta know where you at, who you with, and what to be talking about. And if you ain't got the right words, shut up. Shut up. It's better that you don't say nothing. It's better that you don't say nothing than to open up your mouth and catch a pumpkin head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Real talk. 607 gonna learn real fast. Now
They
talking
could have did
about
him dirty after the show. They could have did him real dirty.
So what it is just like what he said, that little Hoover, Snoover, you know, all that, you know, what he talking about. And then so now like you got to answer the dudes, because obviously that set that you just disrespected on an accident ain't gonna be taking that lightly.
Yeah.
So how much longer can you do this before you Charleston White? Like if you going for that?
Yeah.
This the bag and everybody eating and you know all of this and a lot of these dudes, they say, all right, yeah, we're gonna just make content, you know what I'm saying? But then it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not gonna disrespect like that because I know what you know what that comes with, man. And those are the type of days you wake up, man. You don't want to live that life, man. It's not cool, bro.
No, people die behind that shit.
Listen, man. Respect is big, man. Respect is big.
Nobody though. Rather, whatever race it is, whatever, you know, it could be whoever. I'm cool.
Respect is huge, bro.
I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna just attack you.
Right.
All this
and the thing is, this is what men grow up and learn, right? Because they'll tell you, respect is earned and all that. No, we learn as men, respect is given, right? We give you respect off top, and so guess what? We expect it back.
Yeah.
So if you don't get it, then it's a problem. You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it.
Give it off top. Men learn this young, y'all. Treat them people like you want to be treated. Right? You've been hearing that your whole life.
The whole life.
The
Treat
golden
people
rule.
like you want to be treated. So guess what? You want to be respected off top, off the bat. Give them respect. Guess what you gonna get? Respect. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off the rip. And that's how, and then keep it like that. How about just be 100? Let your nose be nose and let your yays be yays. And you'll be all right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we at the post office, man.
Hey.
We at the post office.
Hey.
They gonna be seeing me pull up. I like pulling up to that old lady and shit behind the counter and shit. You know, I get to feel like a law-abiding citizen and shit for once.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm
You
saying?
is. You
That's
always
right.
get one.
Like kicking shit. She dig their calendars. She's like, "Oh, calendars again." Like, yeah, she's reminding me. Yeah, we got to get them calendars out here,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So look out for a
Yeah.
couple months, man. We're gonna have the APBT magazine calendars out. You know, they're gonna be bussing. You know, don't worry. We got it, man. Don't worry.
They'll be ready.
That way you can really stay on point every month. You know, when we say it's awareness month and shit next year, you gonna already know what awareness it is because it's gonna have the shit right there.
Yeah.
Oh man. I gotta get me a new treadmill.
You say you gotta get a what?
A new treadmill.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna send you something. I seen something better, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you.
All right.
We ain't giving nobody this sauce, just the team.
All right. You know what
I
it
gotta
is,
send it
nigga.
to
I don't
Buck,
even know what you talking about.
That's great.
What is he talking about? Oh, I don't know. Nigga,
Yeah,
that's my
I got
answer to
something
everything.
for your ass.
I don't know. I don't know. That's my answer to everything. No habla español. Oh, I don't speak Spanish.
Let me see, man. Hey, package up. I like packaging up. Package up. Some of this this is that legal dope.
Yeah.
That legal dope. I was on a joint last night. I asked a question. I was like, man, what said if you guys, because I was promoting the magazine, but I was like, you know, if you guys was to get the magazine, you know what I'm saying, what would you guys want to see in there? You know, like when you buy a dog magazine, APBT, like what are some of the things that you would be expecting to see in there? So that gave me a little insight. A couple of the things I was already thinking about, but you know, it gave me a couple extra ideas, you know. There was a couple ladies on the panel. That was cool, man. It was a nice little TikTok show. It was kind of cool.
I haven't even been able to. I don't even really. I think they made me kind of get one.
I don't even know how I caught it, bro. I was just on there, and the shit was just on.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because I subscribed to the brother over there. I try to subscribe to a couple of dudes that I know is creating content, you know.
Yeah.
Look at your phone, Cosmo.
Hold on.
Hey man, Quick FC got that magazine. It's coming out. It's going in the sleeve right now. Got that magazine today. You know, we was able to give something back. I know he probably already got the joint.
Hey, you can never go wrong with 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you can't never go wrong, and you can always bless somebody with it in your area, somebody that's not on the channel. You know, that's when the love gets out there.
Yes, sir.
You know, we need a large presence that's not on the channel. I think that's gonna help everything that we got going on.
Yeah.
But they taking it serious. That's a good thing. You know, we're a brand recognition.
Shit, bro.
We're a
Instagram
brand
itself, it's
now.
all over Instagram. All over Instagram.
Yeah, now I gotta get on that. I gotta start, you know, contributing to the major you know, all them little outlets.
Yeah.
I said I've been trying to get over on TikTok. I've been, you know, my brother was telling me about Twitch. You know, I
Wait, you
haven't
ain't got no IG?
yeah, I got an IG.
Oh, I was about to say, because I thought that was you.
That Buck City catalog.
Yeah. Okay, bet. So that is you that I've been
IG.
bet.
It's just my notifications. I don't be setting them, so I gotta actually check the shit.
Buck, you ain't got time for no ding, ding, ding every 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Shit, you got other shit to take
We'll
care
get
of.
to it. Like I said, if I'm at my desk, I'm on it. This is what I'm doing. If I'm at my desk,
Yeah.
like shit, let's run it. It's my best time. Early in the morning, knock that shit out the way.
Yeah. Cosmo,
Trying
you
to be
got
a little
quiet over
bit
there.
better multitasking while I stream. If I could lock that all the way in, I'm gonna be a bad motherfucker.
Man, it's coming, bro.
But I did this. We streaming. I'm bagging up. We bagging up.
Yeah. Doing 2 jobs at one time.
These mags out here, man. Dropping more seeds. More seeds. Remember that QR code's on the back of the mag when you receive it? Anybody can order. Anybody can order. You know, get that order up. If you overseas and you hit this link, I'm gonna email you back. You're probably gonna owe another $15. I'm telling you that right now because their shipping's like anywhere from like $12 to $15 shipping. So I'll email you back. You're gonna owe $12, $15. USA, I think you guys got away with it again. I paid the shipping on this one again. On that link.
What, man?
So
They hitting you on the head for that shit, ain't they?
Oh, shipping?
Yeah.
Shipping's probably like $350.
No, that ain't bad. Yeah, that ain't bad.
$350 in the US. Something like that. It'll say it on the thing.
Right.
They usually put the tag right on there. When you receive it, you'll see it.
Nah, shit. I ain't even look at it. I opened that bitch up right away and started reading.
Peeled him open.
Man, I swear to God. I knew what it was as soon as it got there. Yeah, we got some just keep y'all eyes open. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. Keep it going.
The movement is real, bro. That's all I can say, man. I got some good shit on the flow. I'm gonna talk to you about it. All you gotta do is give me the go ahead, and we own it. So that's what we doing. We stay active, stay working. Keep your dogs working. Keep them cool, because the summer is hot. Where Cosmo go? How do you fix a bitch that produced bad milk? That's a good question. That's a good question.
How's she producing bad milk? How you know it's bad?
That's a better question. You ever had pups that couldn't take the mom's milk?
Nah, hell no.
Yeah.
Mom's milk always been the best option.
Right.
Even so I use colostrum the first couple days of birth,
Yeah.
of life. First hours, I want to get them just a little bit of colostrum. It gives them a little boost,
The boost, yeah.
And sometimes the mom's nipples ain't all the way, pushing out the milk. And sometimes the nipples, they just take a while to get used to for the puppies. So I just give them a free half a cc here or there, throughout the day, throughout the course of the day, keeping everything clean, making sure they stay warm, making sure mom's taken care of, everything like that. And even though I use the regular colostrum, some females I'm able to actually abstract some of the milk directly from the nipple into a little jar.
Yeah.
Right. I do that. I'll get down there. You don't want to fuck her up, but make sure you got gloves and make sure she's clean, everything, sanitized.
Sanitize everything up.
Massage those nipples a little bit, try to get a little bit of milk up out of there just to give the babies a shot of her shit too. Especially if you got some weaker pups. That's what I would do. Like if I got any weak pups in the litter, I would abstract some of the mom's milk into a little jar and syringe it into the puppy's mouth. I know a lot of people, they won't even go to those extremes. These are extremes, but depending on how good that litter is, can't afford to be letting 2 puppies die and things like that.
No.
So
that one you let die might be that one that you wanted to keep.
yeah. Yeah, man. Let me see. What else?
Mert dog in the building.
Make sure I ain't missing no mags that need to go out. A couple, okay, Cosmon, I got him bundled back up, even though they might send it, but I got them bundled up. We're gonna send it out, send it on out. What else I got going on? What else I got going? Pretty much nothing, man. We'll ride it for another couple minutes, make it even 3 hours. Make it an even 3 hours on that ass. Salute everybody in the building. GMB Rocco, Eclectic in the building. Mert Dog, what up? What is going on, man? Okay. So yeah, the female, she was bit by a rattlesnake. Yeah, and fucked up. Yeah, man. So I mean, like I said, the first couple of days of birth, I would use the colostrum, but then after that, you're free to use the regular goat's milk, the powdered goat's milk, get good stuff. Make sure you're mixing it up right. Make sure you're shaking it well. Make sure you're mixing it up right. Some people want to make their own thing, and what would happen is you're going to dehydrate the puppy because it's not going to have enough content, and it's going to have more water, and then the puppy's going to be draining that through the system.
Yeah,
it's going to be too harsh for the puppy system to just abstract very little nutrients and a whole bunch of water. So make sure you do it right. Make sure it's not too rich. Make sure it's not too runny.
watered down. Yeah.
Find out like if they're doing cc's or if they're doing ounces, or you put 2 ounces. Find out how many ounces, a teaspoon. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
One thing you got to do is figure it out. Figure it out, dude. Figure it out, dude.
Use your brain.
You got to figure it out. You know, figure it out, dude.
It don't hurt to read. It don't hurt to research.
Figure it out, dude. Because you got to figure it out. That way you're not wasting it. You know, you use mathematics, you know, divide different things, you know, and now you're using the right amount of water, right? Maybe a teaspoon or two, you know what I'm saying? You're making it right. And then because you don't need the mom, it's just you have to do the shit right.
Yeah.
You don't really need the mom, but she give birth. You know, I mean, she did her job a lot of times. That's why I said the 3.5-month puppy, you know, by that point, you know, the mom has done her thing, man. Them pups should be able to eat on their own,
all that shit.
And all that. It just gonna take extra help, and you're gonna have to make sure they're extra clean because, you know, mom is keeping them clean. Mom is a good agent to keeping those little puppies clean when they run around shitting. She cleaning up right after them. The shit don't even get to hit the ground half the time if the mom's on her shit. So you know, just get it in, man. It's all good, man.
Yes, sir.
It's all good, man. But salute everybody that pulled up. Let me see who else I'm in here. Let me see. Mert Dog. We got Mert. Quick FC got the mag. It's on the way. Cannabis Cowboys. Salute to you. Boss Hog in the building. Big Tassie, Texas on there. Okay. Salute to you. Let me see. Who else up in here? Janae Johnson in the building. You're rocking the building. Yeah, we got the guessing game going. Everybody got their guessing. Quick FC ran off with it. Hades, the pocket bull in the building. Salute. And everybody else that pulled up. Pyrex, Oatman, Bub Johnson, Lamont Grant. Man, all the usual suspects, man. All the usual suspects. Appreciate y'all for coming in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit the like button and all of that. Hit the like button. Grab that magazine if you haven't already. Get the magazine. It's easy to do. Text it, even if this is 2 years from now. You know, text the number. I'll send you whatever information you need to get back on board. Save the number in there. You might need a transporter. You might need anything, you know, some type of APBT needs, you know, being pointing in the right direction. Little mentorship, you know, a lot of dudes, we don't even talk. We just text back and forth. And that's cool. They send me a couple things, you know, pedigree. Hey, man, what you think about this? It's all about staying in contact. I'm still working on that mail list. I got to figure out just how I could just do it because I get these emails every day from these purchases and everything. It's a good way to start a hefty mail list. I think I might just have to pay for that little service, man. I tried to do it the other way and fucked up, but I think you just got to pay for the fucking service, man. Everything, you got to pay for every goddamn thing. But I know there's a way to do it so where you could bypass all of that. It might take just a little bit of smarts and wits, but we're going to figure it out, man. We're going to figure it all out, man. Who else? Who down here? Hold up. Who down here? Okay. Yeah, man. Hit the like button before you smash out, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Wake and bake. Wake and bake, man.
Yes, sir.
We gone.